Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends, and a very special welcome to all of our friends enjoying and celebrating the beginning of Pride Month. Our love to you all from Grognard and Friends, where friends gather to explore the world of the Aria by playing Dungeons and Dragons. And speaking of the friends, let's check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends. When last we left the friends, currently known as both 4A or Team Fist, depending on the circumstances and who you speak to, they had just completed the heist of a powerful artifact and had handed it off to Butterbeer's contact and friend, the vampire Murph. After receiving a number of threats and attacks, Reed received a message to meet a group of unknowns at the Black Barnacle, a quaint little lounge down in the docks area where everyone knows your name and that has received rave reviews on Yelp for its service and halibut wings, only to find it not living up to the hype. The Friends have spent the rest of the day back at the Stone's Throw planning what they should do. Should they slay or should they go? So, friends, what do you do?
What time of day is it?
It's about mid-afternoon.
I'm still in favor of the necropolis.
Same.
A thing someone rarely says.
One would hope.
Yeah, just whenever you guys are ready to leave and head towards the Artisan District to get more arrows, that'd be great.
Do we have an idea, Paul, how long it would take us to get to the Necropolis from where we're at?
From your experiences of going to the Black Cathedral and the Artisan Districts, you would imagine maybe an hour and a half at the most.
Okay. I just didn't want to get there and have, no Fletchers selling arrows and stuff.
Yeah, no, you feel that you'd probably get to the Artisan District by... easily before the market and everything closes down. The question is how many are open with what's been going on in the city.
Yes, right. That's a thing. But
Eldred also says, if I remember correctly, there are those gates and those big gates and the iron gates outside the iron doors of Blackfriars leading into the necropolis, so I'm not sure if they close those at night. So that's to be considered too.
Does the necropolis have business hours?
You don't know.
Well, generally...
must rest.
Well, they built those gates, obviously, not to keep, grave robbers out, but to keep, the residents in. That's generally the practice. So,
the residents of said graves.
Correct. Yes.
Where do you think the Residence Inn got its name?
There was more than just the arrows in the Artisan District, Was there some other reason we were going through there? Or am I remembering?
Eldred says, I don't remember anything other than Vivalda saying she wanted to swing by and pick up some arrows.
Okay. Through
I know
if it's too much out of the way, I have 14 that me and Reed made flammable, so if it's a bother...
Oh, no, we can... No, we'll stop him more. No.
Oh,
more
yeah.
Flammable, and Jack lifts up his head with a big smile and the eyes go wide.
Oh, hey! Hey, buddy.
Yes.
And somewhere Butterbeer goes, oh, no. Oh.
Yeah. What'd you say about
Butterbeer
flames?
PTSD.
Jack just looks at Butterbeer and goes, and a little poof of smoke of flame comes out and just smokes up.
Ah, he's playful.
Yeah.
Jack, did we ask you? We were going to take you with us through the necropolis. Does that sound like okay?
Oh,
I wanted to make sure you were okay with that before we took you and you hated it. If
Yeah,
you know,
definitely want to have consent for all sentient beings.
basically.
Consent is
Which
key.
includes
I just
Hannibal.
love this energy.
Eldred says, "Do pumpkins know what big words like that mean?"
Which
Hey.
one?
Don't disregard its potential intelligence. Sentience can be gifted to anything. Like
Gaius is
rabbits.
really second guessing himself now that he knows he can talk to the bunny and how deep the thoughts went.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I
then-
just think we should consider that every living being has the potential for deep intellectual thought.
Yeah, it's really tearing me up inside
Sometimes scary.
as he takes a chicken wing or a chicken thigh and just takes a bite out of it.
Yeah.
It really messes with your head sometimes.
I know that Jack can provide us light. Is there anything else that Jack is able to do?
Not that we have figured it out, actually.
Okay.
Jack opens his mouth and goes, and makes a little smoke ring that comes out.
Oh,
There you
That's
That's
go.
wonderful.
That's good for
All
parties.
right.
good job, buddy.
I will scritch Jack a little bit under his chin.
One of the vines is going
One of the
nuts.
vines starts doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, did we? What are we doing with Hannibal?
No, we're taking with.
We're
what I
taking him
thought.
with us.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going with
They're being
us.
released back to his people.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Reed, it's for everyone's own good.
For the greater
He's
good.
gonna murder you. He's gonna murder you.
I'm
will
almost
start
certain it.
with the smaller
No,
ones
I got
first.
him the promise. I got him the promise not to do that. Though he was definitely contemplating it.
But if he has to stay much longer, he might break that promise.
Yeah,
He was very
warpath or some such thing. To be
Bunny
quite honest,
warpath.
I started checking out after a bit because he was just, I'm going to destroy all of human something or other, and they'll all rue the day that we were created. Some such. I don't
Pretty
know.
sure they already do.
Yeah.
I ruin every day that I know that one of those little death machines is walking around.
A little death.
Little death machine. Oh,
Eldred says,
Like
so
a
on that
delicate
note,
death.
should we head towards Blackfriars or the Artisan District?
Yes.
Artisan
Hey,
district.
Butterbeer. Those rations I asked you about.
He has them ready for you.
Excellent.
Ah,
And
And
at
divvy-
least
Have a
not
kind.
butterbeer.
so,
Yeah.
is everyone taking everything with them?
I
I
don't
have
think so.
everything.
I'm gonna take like backup stuff. I'm gonna leave. I have like spare shield and stuff. Certain things like that. I'll be extra clothes, but I'll take the the magic items, the things of value. But like the extra pounds of crap he usually carries around when he goes adventuring.
Okay, so you have all the magic items with you.
I have the ones I have, yes.
Okay.
Like I got the list.
Okay.
It's currently buried under everyone's picture. So but yeah.
I have I don't have to talk in an accent. Viv has the teleporting egg, the brooch of sending, and the stone that Nikita and Viv agreed to share back and forth. Those are the magic items.
Okay.
And
got
I'm
the,
feeding
the
my
charcoal
dog just
nub in hand.
because.
Okay.
You never know; it might be helpful.
It might.
Yes. It's stuck in a monster's
Is
gullet.
what was that, guys?
Oh, I said it could get stuck in a monster's gullet and save you from
It might
being
turn
consumed
into a
whole.
monster.
It also might turn into a monster. I think we had a candle do that.
Is anyone leaving anything pertinent behind?
Ugh.
Calandra's
My
not. I didn't
fancier
have much
outfits.
anyway, so Calandra's just taking everything she has with her.
Nikita?
Butt trumpet?
I'm leaving behind my fancier outfits, you know. I just don't think my sunglasses, my fishbowl shoes, my dragon onesies, I just don't think they'd fare well here.
Or the
You
Forest
never
Grove
know.
party outfit?
Maybe all the necropolis needs is fashion.
I'm almost certain it also needs on fire of a holy being to expunge
Holy
evil.
water
But,
in
you know,
gallons.
you know,
I'm all for that. I
Water,
just feel
wine,
like we should get
potato,
the
avocado.
bigger problems it has out of the way before
Yeah.
introducing the cute fun stuff.
Nah. I
All in
wanted
good
to
time
add-
to be an icon.
Yes. Plenty of time, darling. Gaius, the torture helmet thingy.
oh yeah, no, I'm not bringing that with. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still.
Oh,
you know what?
that's kind of like some of the stuff I
Oh,
was
sorry.
talking about.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that's still in the. You know, that's in the stash, the butterbeer stash.
Okay.
All right.
What else is still down there?
I was mostly the other magic stuff. The very not evil helmet. He's not taking that with me. With
Okay.
him. Sorry.
But you're
Third,
taking everything
fourth
else?
person, second person. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Nikita.
I don't have anything overly evil on me aside from that.
That he knows of.
I'm aware of.
Maybe run that detect evil. Just in case.
Yeah, I do have that, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Nah.
What are the chances?
It's weird. It just keeps binging evil whenever I turn it on. I don't get it.
Must be it's just a glitch.
It's on the fritz again.
Nikita, you got interrupted like twice. Was there something you wanted to? No.
I think I'm bringing all the things that I have, which, to the best of my knowledge, is the scrying stones, the wet scrying stones, the box with the gold coin to flip, Senor Jack the pumpkin, and a 4-leaf clover. To the best of my knowledge, that is what I have.
Okay.
Does anyone think I have anything else?
No.
Okay.
Personality
I think I still
disorders
have a
aside.
good berry too. From
Oh yeah.
the
Well, those
the
after the
heist.
first day, they just turn into standard berry. But at the beginning
Right.
of every
Oh.
day, you get a good berry from me. Just standard
Right.
practice.
So I just have a normal berry now, actually.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks a
it's-
little wet. After the day goes by, it starts to look a little off.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fine. No, it doesn't go off. It's a normal ass berry.
That's right. It's an
What is an
assberry.
assberry?
Oh,
No, normal ass berry.
It's like a dingleberry, except it has a little
Nope.
focus thing on it.
No!
Nope. Nope. It's like an
anyway,
acai
shall we go to
berry.
the Artists District?
Yes.
Is there anything else we need
Yes,
to
we
do?
should.
Making things gross again.
I think that is everything. Eldred
And that's
lost
my
his-
job. Like, I feel like I failed here. I really I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So we got
Oh,
You
everything.
had one job. You
Yep.
know?
And I'm just like, I'll get
Okay,
with
could
it. I'll get
someone
with it.
roll me a 20-sider, please?
I'll do it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, don't thank him just yet.
Yeah.
See?
That's
Okay.
Very
Maybe
meh roll.
meh.
maybe
Well,
men
yeah,
is
is
what we-
actually good in this regard.
Yay!
You make it in a very standard amount of time to the Artisan District, but along the way you do witness a few things.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
You
one mugging,
Right?
Let's just
a
get those
really
things
vicious
out.
breakup,
Which we like
The most-
lingered during,
the
like
mo-
pretending
the
we
most-
weren't paying attention,
the
but
most awkward date you've ever seen. Ugh.
And a paladin in a druid's tree.
Yeah, he was drunk. Something
Very.
about twerking or something, or bringing it back.
Throwing
So-
it back, baby. Throwing it back.
what did we see, Mr. G?
Thank you. So you step out of the Stone's Throw, you make a right, you start heading up towards the university, and right away you see some of those groups with the 2 student wizards and the 4 or 5 mercenaries with them going down streets with the sticks, with the branches.
The dowsing rods.
Yeah, or whatever they are. You see them right away, and then along the way up to the artisan district, like you probably see them 2 more times, but different groups of them. So, I mean, they're pretty well spread out across the city. During one of the bits of your travel that you don't see them, you do come across a town crier who kind of is coming through a cross street at the intersection. Do you stop to listen,
A
or do you move
town
on?
crier? Whatever
Yeah,
did
yeah.
they say?
Stop and listen.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the good news? With the
What's
bad
the buzz?
news,
Tell me
probably.
what's happening.
What's new?
Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay. The plot thickens where yesterday morning's excitement on the colonnade is concerned. Your always reliable town crier has finally received word from a historically reliable source. While details continue to be sparse and most of our sources continue to be missing in action, here is what we know so far. Yesterday's scheduled morning of excitement on the colonnade, which promised family fun, thrills, food, festivities, and a generous helping of death and bodily fluids, did not go as planned according to our source. The explosions occurred just as the main event was getting underway, sending the sizable crowd into total chaos. The city's attempts to secure the area only caused the chaos to escalate and eventually for further lives to be lost, according to witnesses. Our source says that it is rumored that some have found their way out of the area, but there is no confirmation to substantiate these rumors. Also, it is said that thousands of citizens are still being held for questioning, but that their location and their treatment is still unknown. All districts surrounding the colonnade continue to be on lockdown, as do the city gates and the docks. Also, our source states that the details are sketchy at this time, but that the execution may not have been the actual target of this terrorist attack, as one building is said to have collapsed, and that there is a rumor that all of this may not actually be a terrorist attack, but little more than a diversion for a burglary. More information on this story yet to come as details pour in and it develops. In other news, and in a follow-up to a previous story, in a recent story in which we spoke of a crazed attack on a group of citizens not far from the market area, we reported that this tragic loss of life was at the hands of a deranged madman. We have recently been informed that this information was incorrect, that the attacker was not only not a madman, but that they weren't even alive, that they were instead a walking corpse. That's right, they were dead. To further back up this information, Consuela Schlepkiss, who lost her life in the attack, who in fact was actually being consumed by her attacker when guards arrived, was to be laid to rest this morning at the Temple of the Azure Mollusk within Temple Way, but the proceedings were cut short when Consuela herself sat up and started attacking and trying to consume guests at the ceremony. Miss Schlepkiss' very own nephew, cousin, and great-great-grandmother are said to have lost their lives and were partially consumed in the attack. Also, one Archibald Fortescue, a young altar boy who was in attendance for the ceremony, is also said to have lost his life in the attack. Funerals are scheduled for tomorrow for the newly deceased. Friends and family will be on hand to join with mourners at the temple. This unfortunate information comes on the heels of what appears to have been a similar attack early this morning down on the docks. An unknown stranger is said to have crawled up out of the lake and onto the dock. The attack started when a good Samaritan, one Squeaky Lethargic, cabin boy 3rd class of the good ship Bountiful, offered his hand to the stranger in order to help him up onto the dock. There is no confirmation on the number of fatalities at this time. Various prophets and soothsayers state that this is just one more example of ancient prophecies that are coming true here in Seven Rivers. They warn that citizens should repent. The end is nigh. Seek out members of your local clergy and tithe heavily in order to avoid eternal damnation, or worse. And finally, no new news regarding the Equus Noro sickness or when it will end. It just does. Oh yay, oh yay, oh yay.
Do you know what building collapsed?
The person says,
Alright. Thank you.
As we're walking away, I kind of look around at whoever's right next to me, and I'm like, so there was a burglary going on. Wow.
Yeah, what I want to know is
What's that
who
one?
said they were terrorists?
What's a terrorist?
That's one of those new age words I hear.
Oh. Is that like a
Definitely has
burglar?
something to do with the
Terrifying burglar?
gambling ring where we found the Brothers Green in, where we found that note with the words shaped like dynamite sticks.
So the Brothers Green room? I don't know.
I
Okay.
don't
No.
think
No,
it
no,
was
no.
them. They didn't seem to recognize the note, but it was a note that I believe you found, Reed.
Under the table, yeah.
Keep walking.
Yeah.
okay.
I
Yeah.
guess so. What else can you do?
You make it up to the artisan district, and without much trouble, you do find someone who does work with arrows and can sell you more arrows. And
Wonderful.
just
How much?
use whatever the book says for as many as you want.
Oh, you can shoot.
If you're going to go full Legolas, you need a lot of arrows.
Where are we?
Vivalda's-
Texas? Jesus.
Vivalda's taken a turn. She's going full Legolas.
I put on a blonde wig.
You start surfing on your shield down some steps. Oh, wait, we already did
It still
that.
only counts as one.
I already did that.
You hear her mutter, I miss my long hair. Okay.
Alright. I think she's gonna buy 2 more quivers. That'll be fine.
And now Calandra's freaking out about her hair, and she's like trying to tuck it back and put it away.
Okay, so you're finished at the Artisan District. You head over by the Black Cathedral, looking as large and menacing as ever.
Yay.
You make a left on the main thoroughfare that has from the front of the cathedral. If you make a left, you can see the main road goes right up to the necropolis, the entrance of Blackfriars. There's 2 giant black wrought iron gates that you can see through that are open, and then about 20 feet back from there in the side of the cliff are the giant iron doors that are probably about 50 feet high, just like the gates are 50 feet high. And they're really big, and they're only open enough to let like 3 people abreast get through.
Yeah.
Perhaps 4
Is-
if we are small enough.
Ah. Oh, yeah. Actually, is that 3 full-sized people?
Yes, it is.
Well, isn't that interesting?
we all get into a line, like a big line, just to see if we can do it. Like we're like,
Wizard of Oz style.
yes, we're all locking arms.
I was going to say right.
We're
step
friends
style,
of
but I
Gaius.
guess Wizard of Oz is fine.
Toto, I don't think we're in the necropolis anymore.
We represent.
Is
Go
there,
in.
how many people are around? Is it very busy?
You see the occasional person going up into the cathedral looking, rather forlorn or contemplative. You see there are some businesses along the street leading up to Blackfriars that a lot of them have to do with the funeral industry. There's
Right.
florists, there's people, funeral directors, sort of undertakers, that sort of thing, coffin makers, stone cutters, things like that. And then as you get closer, you go by what you remember from before being what seems to be the offices in which everything that takes place in the necropolis. This office seems to be the office that oversees all of that.
Oh,
It's kind of like if you go to a cemetery, it's like the business office.
oh, okay, yeah.
There's a funeral director. A ghoulish individual, I'm sure.
Named Skippy.
Skippy.
So I don't remember. Are we allowed to just walk in, or do we need to be very careful or stealthy with this?
I can't honestly remember, to be glad.
I kind
I
of feel
remember
like
when we
the
showed
doors
up-
were hard to open or something. Yeah.
We got escorted out by some folks.
This is true.
Eldred says that was at death's door on the other side, though.
That was...
Oh, okay.
I mean, we just try wandering in.
Sounds good to me.
Seek forgiveness instead of permission kind of deal.
Sounds good.
Maybe you should have a name ready of somebody we need to visit. What was Gilderoy's friend? The guy who's buried here that we think should be buried here.
Mm-hmm. Let's just say Butterbeer. One of his family. What's his? Is he like
Mrs.
Cher,
Butterbeer?
where he's just Butterbeer?
Butterbeer
first
his
or
last
last
or
name?
first name?
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
it's
is it
butter
Wait, hold
beer.
on. Beer?
Oh.
Have we just been giving him the full name treatment this entire time? Nah,
I think he would have told us.
Yeah.
I would like to
Really?
think he would have told us. I don't know.
Of Clan Beer.
So Nikita will wait outside while everybody's going through the gates and just kind of keep an eye out to see if anyone looks like they're getting up in arms about people wandering through
Who's
the
holding
Black
Hannibal,
Gate.
by the way?
What do you mean, who?
Hannibal
It's
is Hannibal.
yours.
He hates me. I don't want to hold him.
Oh.
Is there still the
I'll
shoot
hold it.
rabbit on sight thing going on around here? Is that a context
Oh.
clue that we need to have, Paul?
Ooh,
Is that a thing? I know that was a thing.
probably
Wait,
worth
what?
to keep in mind.
Like-
You know that it was primarily around the market,
Okay.
Mm.
and specifically around the produce section.
Okay. Well, let's just say guys had him in a backpack and then just kind of dumps him out here. It's like, all right, bud. There you go.
Plop
You're
him.
now free to walk around. We're going in there.
Kind of looks up
You
at
can-
you, looks ahead.
Yeah, we gotta go through that to find your people.
Yeah.
Kind of throws his head back and just
Good deal. He's ready.
He's like bulldog shape.
There were
He smells-
veins
he
popping
probably
out on
smells
that bunny's
jerky.
forehead and arms.
Real.
Yes.
It's a roided out bunny.
Well, he's had
He's
this.
just terrifying.
Just he doesn't have much in the way of fat on his body left. He's pretty much.
Definitely a high protein diet.
Yeah.
Does anybody notice us, or paying attention to Hannibal, or shall I follow with
With
Jack?
the pumpkin.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone just looks out a window. Obviously, an adventuring
Yeah.
party. They got a bunch of random
Yeah.
bullshit with them. Stuff that's not normal. They're just like, not going to deal with that. Close the window.
Yeah, 100%. Lock the door.
It's like, I'm either going to get murdered or kidnapped for adventures, and I want neither.
No one in this poor provincial town is going to wake up to say bonjour.
They learned, don't look for trouble, won't be trouble.
Mm.
And that's
You
what
were-
adventure
Here we
parties are.
You catch a couple people, especially with Hannibal, kind of looking and then looking at you and looking back at Hannibal, and occasionally
What?
there's a little whisper of some people and such, but nothing, there's no negative behavior or anything like that. As for Jack, every now and then it is a little odd. It's like people don't seem to notice him right away, but when they do, they're just kind of like, oh. They think he's just a decoration until he'll turn his head and go. And then people are a little taken back and like scurry off. But there aren't a ton of people here to begin with.
This is good. This is probably for the best. The giant gate door thing, then, is it locked? Do we,
It is open.
The gates to this area, not the doors, right?
Right, but then there's a door behind the big iron gates, duh? No? Yes?
There are the big iron gates, which are open so that they kind of go straight out. They're wide open. And
Gotcha.
then you have to go about 20 feet, and there's the big iron doors.
That one.
The big solid iron doors. And they're open partially, but like 3 or 4 of you could get through abreast.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
I thought that was the gates. Okay.
No, I did do. Clarification. Excellent.
All right. Do you want me to go in first, or do you guys want to go ahead? Gaius, is something a light that we can see with if it gets super dark in there, or?
You all of a sudden get a big orange face in your face going,
This is very true, Jack. I keep forgetting, and I apologize.
Yes,
So-
I mean, I have options now. A ball of flame, a lights over his hand, or he just makes his hand glow. I got options.
Don't
What
make
if
me
you
light up.
well, you know what?
I want to be.
What?
smelty.
Whoever's going to be in the front, I can I'll light them up, and then I can do the flame thing for myself or others.
I was just going to ask how bright Jack was. If I go first with Jack, does that help, or is it just like a like a warm
Jack
glow?
can be as bright as you want him to be. I mean, he's not going to be like the sun, but
Right,
he's
okay.
like he's
Good.
like a full-on lantern if you want him to be, or he can tone it
Okay.
down.
All right. Well, let's find out how dark it is first. So I will go in first with Jack on my shoulder.
Okay. You go in, and there's a little bit of a cave entrance that, there's some memorial sort of statuary right inside that
Okay.
just seem to be memorializing those who lost their lives in the witch wars.
Right.
And on the walls behind them are some sconces with torches.
Okay.
You go about 50 feet in, and it opens up significantly, and the ceiling goes up into darkness, and you get away from the light of those torches, those torch sconces by the doorway, and it's pitch black. There is no lighting in here at all.
All right. Mr. Jack, if you could turn it up a little bit, but not to the point where we're blind.
He just kind of like goes and lights everything up,
Thank
and
you,
it's
Jack.
like a couple flashlights and headlights in the front, just kind of scanning things.
Perfect. Spasiba,
Thanks, buddy.
Jack. This is wonderful.
And he has a great big smile on his face, which by the big smile lights up even more area.
Yeah.
Yeah, who else would like some light on the situation?
Well,
Good.
the humans probably need it, or whoever can't see in the dark, but front and back, does that help? Or is someone...
Yeah. At this point, guys just has like a flaming ball just kind of like floating. He's like, hey, yeah, it's whatever. I could make someone light.
I was just gonna stay near you.
I'm just saying, having more sources of light aren't necessarily a bad thing. Especially,
Agreed.
like, if you're grabbed and dragged away and you're lit up. It's very
You know
easy
what?
to find you then.
Light me up. It's fine because I'll be closer to the back anyway. So go ahead and I'll cover.
Oh, Galadriel, you... Okay, this shit. Here you go. Boop. And he just... any particular part you want to glow?
Oh boy.
Do not answer that
Like-
question.
What, like the armor? Or your weapon? Do you have a shield? The shield's useful because you can direct the light.
Breathe.
Armor's
Yeah.
fine.
In
I'm
through the
trying so
nose,
hard.
out through the mouth.
Do you have a Do you have a color preference?
Fuchsia.
Okay. And he
Bright
just guesses
pink.
what that color is.
Bright
Got it right.
Okay.
And
So
our
We want to
gnome
be
glows.
subtle here.
No.
No, we're keeping it classy. It's classy.
Classy.
Seeing as
The
a
undead
big
will be
portion
so
of the
impressed.
party is blind in the dark. No, we
Yeah.
can't.
Okay, so you go a little further into the darkness, and the first thing you see is just, it's like a field of, it looks like a cave bottom. It's sandy, dirty, rocky, in all directions ahead of you, and it is a sea of gravestones and markers for quite a ways, like probably for like the first 15 minutes to half hour to maybe even half hour to 45 minutes. It's just gravestones and grave markers as far as the eye can see in any direction. And no matter what you're lighting, when you look up, it just goes up into darkness.
Paul, what are we under? Are we like under the Overlook or something?
No, the cliffs that when you know the cliffs that you came out of the forest, the Green Sea forest, and entered the Overlook.
Right.
The
The
Overlook
cliffs along the
sticks
northern side of the
out.
city?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that you're underneath those cliffs, and those cliffs are easily over 1,000 feet high.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, they certainly chose the most ominous place for this.
Nah.
So you
What
Do I
would they
need a
do if there was an
perception?
avalanche? If the cliffs, like if the rocks fell down and then all the gravestones get destroyed, or
Well, I'm almost certain then there's a bunch of new bodies buried on top. So now it's like a cake.
yep,
with layers.
definitely right.
I was
It's
thinking
a very
of parfait.
optimistic view, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of cake for some reason. I don't know
It's
why.
a parfait of death.
Yeah. A corpse
A
parfait.
parfait of death. I will remember that for the rest of my life.
And
And
here's to
instead
hoping
of
it's a long
chocolate
one.
being drizzled on top, it is NyQuil, original green death flavor.
Ugh.
There goes another
TPK, total
monster.
parfait killer.
Ugh.
Rita
That's
is now
right.
serving our death-flavored gelati.
Ugh.
With special
Yuck.
crunchy topping. So,
Losing
what
sponsors
is
by
the
the
plan?
sentence.
What was that, Reed?
We're losing
That's
sponsors
another
by the sentence
sponsor.
here.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Philly. They'll understand. So what's the plan? You've been going 45 minutes. I'm assuming are you going straight
passing,
in
like-
or what are you doing?
Passing graves and stuff, or no?
Yep.
Okay.
While
So
we're
we're
walking,
In the cave walls, or like buried?
Well, you've been going straight in as far because no one said otherwise. So the
Right.
cave walls that you have that entrance and then it flared out. So you've been walking through. It's like a field of tombstones and grave markers all around you for 45 minutes.
At
while we're
some
walking,
point,
So the
even
bear-
Viv is gonna make more flammable arrows using the fabric that Reed had from, I believe it was like bed sheets or something like that
Mhm.
from the inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna make more.
Okay.
With the directions that we were given by Murph, got the feeling, I guess, when we entered in the necropolis, if I'm trying to get the map in my head to line up with what the world actually might be like. So, I guess off to the right would be the side that leads toward the Eastern District, at least from where we entered.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, even though we didn't say it ahead of time, I guess Gaius would have kind of naturally wanted to go in that general direction because with what Murph's information he gave and just knowing how geography works would go to that portion that would probably have the secret entrance to the Eastern District or all the stuff behind it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Are we planning on coming out of death's door? Is that where we think we're going to come out? Hopefully.
This is a different. No, this is other side. Right, Paul? We came in.
You're coming in
Death's
through
Doors.
Blackfriars.
Yeah, Blackfriars. Death's Door is a whole other location in the Eastern District, if I remember properly, right?
Isn't that where we're going?
We're going to go to the Eastern District.
Yeah. So we're
Yes.
hoping to end up on the other side of death's door.
Yeah. Yeah?
That was my understanding, for what that's
Yeah.
worth.
Yeah. Sorry.
I think even
my notes are buried under some stuff, and I don't want to move everything and make the computer go wonky. So, yes, your memories are better than mine because I consume large quantities of alcohol regularly. But yes, Paul, Gaius would have started or at least guiding us in that general direction, not necessarily just straight. I know we didn't say it, but
Okay, I'll just say that as you're going across this field of gravestones and markers, where you start veering to the right.
yes, thank you.
Okay.
yeah, this should work. At some point, we should hit the actual wall, and then we can look for the secret door.
Yes, I mean, generally my modus operandi when I'm in corn mazes and stuff, you either choose a left or right, and you just kind of follow the exterior wall around and constantly making the same left or right direction to help, map out the maze in your head.
Left hand rule, right hand rule.
Yes.
Okay, so you go a little past 45 minutes, and the fields of gravestones and markers seem to give way to thoroughfares of mausoleums. And, a lot of stone architecture for the dead.
Stones. Can I take a look, see how ancient
Oh,
they are?
dwarf!
See if any are dwarven made?
Go ahead.
Woohoo!
I wish there were more trees here.
We're underground.
I wish there
I
was more
know.
liquor here.
That
I always
makes
heard
more
there was big
sense.
mushrooms in the underground. They should put big mushrooms down here.
Mushrooms would be delightful, actually. There probably are quite a bit, actually, here.
I don't want to dig and
With
try
all
and
the
find
decay.
Maybe Hannibal. I was about to say maybe Hannibal can find. Is he one of those bunnies? Can he find mushrooms?
Hannibal's high
Sniff
as
out
hell
mushrooms.
on mushrooms at this point.
Hannibal waddled away, didn't he?
Find those
Hannibal's
truffles.
right with you, but like in the front.
Oh, okay.
Eating all the mushrooms before we see them.
Eating all the mushrooms that he finds. Yeah.
And tripping balls.
Somebody knows her stuff.
Woo!
You are very familiar with a lot of the styles of which this is done. A lot of it comes from some very famous dwarven carvers. And there are some, you can see a number of these mausoleums are dedicated to families of dwarves, even. But you
Oh,
see
wow.
some are also set up for elven families, gnome families, you know, halfling families. Sometimes there's sections in which, you know, there's a section of different families of dwarves or a section of different families of humans or halflings or whatever. And then the other thing that you find interesting is there are sections, as like you can tell that as you go further back, the older the mausoleums seem to get. The carving and the age of these buildings gets older the further you go back. It's like walking through time. And what you notice as you do that is the fashion of mausoleums also changes through the ages. So they will go from different styles, from, you know, there's certain, you know,
Like
there's one
gothic
period-
or blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. There's a style that favors the gods of revelry that seem to be almost whimsical in their nature. Also, some of them seem to have a lot of carvings of grapes and fruit and goblets and that sort of thing. You find one mausoleum that's definitely dedicated to Hedone that is decorated with all sorts of unmentionable little carvings that you notice
How did they
Calandra
make
just
it so
standing there staring for a
smooth?
while and smiling.
Stone.
I cover Butt Trumpet's eyes.
It's like, wow, this is great.
Don't.
Reed looks over and he's just like, oh, it looks like breadsticks on that one.
They're not. Don't eat it.
No, no.
You will chip
Yes.
a tooth.
Breadsticks.
You'll choke. It'll be a mess.
Mm.
Multiple questions. Do I recognize any dwarf names for shits and giggles?
Sure. You see Ironbeard, which comes to mind
Oh,
from
no.
previous experience. You see a couple of them. You also see Stonehausen, which is a dwarven name.
Just being nosy.
Yeah, Copper Throne. So you do
Very
see
cool.
some that, you know, and you can tell certain ones come from wealthier families than others or more
Right.
prestigious, depending on the level of carving and the type of stone that was used. There are some that are basic quarry stone. There's others that are very nice granite, some that are colored granite. There are some that are made of marble, and there are other fancy stones that are used in a lot of them. Some of them have inlay of a number of different types of stone, and the statuary that's involved with them differentiates. So there's, as you're going through, because the kind of thoroughfares through the mausoleums it is not a grid pattern like some cities. It kind of weaves in and out, and it kind of is a little disorienting at times. Guys, if you could give me a survival check, please.
Certainly.
Also, strange question. Do any of the carvings resemble what we saw inside the Black Cathedral a long time ago?
10.
Yes. Yes, you see
Interesting.
it's not widely seen, but you do occasionally see some. There obviously is a connection there, and it seems to be those seem to be. You didn't notice any of those markings until you got pretty far back.
Right. Okay.
So, near as you're getting closer, farther deeper in the cave of the necropolis, the farther you go in is when you start seeing that. You find yourself winding around and seeing these. There's a lot of different mausoleums. Occasionally you're seeing some statuary just out in periods and some obelisks here and there. And
Very
you're
cool.
also seeing some graves that just have stone coverings on them. And so it's not all mausoleums. There's other areas of actual burials as well. And, some of these, what you originally, some of the mausoleums turn out to be quite big. And one wall is missing and you can actually go in them. And sometimes there's like a giant stone vase with flowers in it. And as you look at the 3 walls inside and the floor, a lot of the stones on the floor seem to be grave markings. And on the walls, like the different stones, there's just rows and rows of what you assume are graves in the walls with the grave markers being the stones covering them. So one of these mausoleums could hold up to 60 bodies actually, depending. You're not seeing it just looks like the inside of a square stone building with one wall missing. But between the floor and the walls, there's a lot of bodies in here. So you're seeing a lot of them.
It doesn't look like any graves are open, right?
Every now and then you see some markers that are chipped. Some have been broken off and such, but it seems like whatever was inside was pulled out, and you don't necessarily see too much more than that, but that's kind of rare.
I was going to say, not ones where it looks like something has crawled its way out. Kind of.
No, you're not really seeing anything like that, but Gaius, with your passive perception, you do hear something from the darkness as you're walking a couple times. It just sounds like movement, like off to one side, and then you'll go a little further and you'll hear movement, maybe in a different direction.
Okay.
Do we have eyes on Hannibal, or has he buggered off?
Once you got into
Or bunnied off, as it were.
bunnied off. Once you got into Blackfriars, he took a little nudging to actually go in, but once he got in, he's kind of sticking close to you. He's actually kind of sticking close by Gaius.
Yeah. Gaius made the connection with him, so that makes sense.
They had a
Who
moment.
stole my bunny?
It's not how that work.
Reed, he's not.
I
your buddy
believe the
anymore.
phrase would be rescued from an abusive situation.
I really don't want to throw around such strong words. That's just not going to
Yes.
be good for party cohesion.
Let's just say that
I tried.
Reed, Hannibal has chosen to go another direction. He's no longer requiring your
Let's
services.
just say
as it
you're
were.
being let go. We're going in a different direction.
Thank you. But your services are no longer needed.
I start
Actually,
hanging out
is-
next to Nikita, looking at Jack. So,
All the best. Wish
You
you
wanna be
well
my
in your
next
next
pet?
endeavor.
yes.
As far as I know, Jack doesn't eat, so it should be pretty easy. You just have to talk to him.
Be nice to him. He like
Jack
scritches.
kind of like
You know,
looks
we
like he's listening to you, bobbing his head. You say that. He stops bobbing. The head comes a little closer to you, looks at you. The eyes squint a little bit. He turns, looks down at Hannibal. The eyes go wide, looks back at you, and then goes to the other side of Nikita. Her other shoulder.
Okay, hold on. I have a question. Are there any rocks that are big enough to hold in the palm of your hand in the mausoleum?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Well,
pick
not
one
in
up.
the mausoleum, but around the grounds. Yeah.
I want to get one and wonder if anyone's got any regular berries that we could put a face on it.
I still have my good berry, the one that expired.
Same.
If
I
you-
will give you my
Yeah.
berry as well. Or
I'm
my
I mean,
going
I
to
could
put a-
reuse those for wine.
That
Really?
would
Berries.
be your forte. Right now, we are doing art.
I'm making a friend.
Exactly.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna put a smiley face on the rock and go, Reed, I found the perfect pet for you.
But Trumpet, that
Thank
is
you.
so thoughtful. What is your
Yes,
pet
thank
name?
you.
So kind.
Are you gonna name him, or should I name him?
I think you should name him.
Oh.
It's your new
Okay.
best friend.
What's
All
his
right.
name?
He's a grown man. He's not mentally deficient. What are you doing, people?
We're having a
You see
conversation with
Hannibal
him.
look up at
We're
you,
having
giant,
fun.
and just raises
Yeah.
an eyebrow.
All right. Well, you know what, Hannibal? No. He's
Exactly.
He has the whimsy of a child in his heart, and shouldn't be thought negative upon.
It's a rock fact.
Does Nikita recognize the type
This is-
of rock or
this is-
material this pet is made of?
It's basically quarry stone.
Reed, this is a very special pet. You must take very good care of him. It has been curated specifically by the dwarves to bring you good luck.
Oh, okay.
So think of it that way. Do not lose it.
Okay. I'll name him Rocky. And
Of course you
Perfect.
fucking will.
I was going to suggest Corey, but spelled with a Q because it's a quarry stone. But Rocky's even better.
Ba, 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 ba.
Anytime he throws it.
the ancient dwarven burial song I hear.
Oh my god.
So I take Rocky, and I make sure not, I make sure to not wipe the face off, and I
Blow on it so it dries.
yeah,
Don't
and
blow your
I'll
pet,
just hold him
dude.
in my hand for now as
Okay.
we walk.
Perfect.
I helped.
Yes, you did.
So you go about another hour and a half around
shit.
these winding thoroughfares and these different styles of architecture and burial areas, and eventually you come to a point, and Jack all of a sudden opens his mouth wide and his eyes wide and leans forward and brightens things up, and at the very reaches of the light from him, it seems to reflect on something.
Would someone who perceives well. Perhaps check it out.
I guess I could.
Perfect. Отлично.
All right.
Спасибо, Vivalda.
Okay. Perception check then.
Yes.
Okay. Not great. 11.
Just looks dark ahead to you.
Fuck.
I can't see quite yet.
I could sneak up there and look.
That would work, actually. I will stay here with Jack. If you can do that, that would be great. I will, however, get my the Warhammer ready and my shield, just in case Reed comes screaming back out of the darkness.
Just keep the light shined in that direction. So.
We will. Jack, if you could
I
keep
ready
your
my
light pointed
weapons.
Towards... Yeah.
Okay, go ahead there, Reed. Go where you're going.
Were we heading north or west?
You
On the
were
map.
heading to the top of the screen was the direction you were heading, because there's, as you see, there's kind of a stone path that you've been following.
Like in this direction? That
Yep.
kind of deal? Okay.
Okay.
So we're kind of going diagonal. Straight ahead is diagonal to where we saw where Nikita saw the,
Well,
where Jack is shining the light.
the top of the screen is where Jack was shining the light, like that direction.
Okay. That direction. Okay.
All right, so I will attempt to stealth and be hidden.
Okay. Are
And
you going?
just in
Well, wait a
case
minute. I just realized
Hmm.
something. Are you going? You don't have.
I don't have dark vision, but I believe I have low light.
Oh,
right?
I kind of assumed you did. Sorry, dude.
No, it's okay. I think as long as the light's there, I can see a little bit.
Reed going forward, groping in the darkness.
I have
No,
dark
apparently I
vision.
don't even
Who
have
else
low
has
light.
dark vision?
I do.
All right.
I think I do.
You do?
I just rolled terribly.
I get about where I am on the map there, and then I go, yeah, I can't really see much more. And I turn around. Yeah, I can't really see out there.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked to do this.
Should we all just... I will walk slowly in the same direction, and hopefully whatever Jack's light will pick up on whatever's there.
Okay.
I'll
Unless anyone
follow
else wants-
Nikita.
Yeah, that'd be great. Fucking great. Sorry, wrong accent.
And I have
Those other
my bow
those other
and arrow
dwarves have
ready to
that
shoot.
Okay.
I
Do you
put
want to
Rocky
take a
away and
peek,
I draw
Vivalda, or-
sword and dagger.
Sure. I before I go further, I just put the tip of my arrow next to Jack. And could I have a light?
He goes, and a little puff of flame comes out and lights the arrow.
That is adorable.
Spectacular. Wonderful. And I'll head
I
forward
scritch under
with
his chin again.
my lit arrow.
I love that we essentially have a Halloween animatronic as one of our companions now. It makes me really happy.
Is this where we're heading?
Yes, and straight ahead of you is a large mausoleum.
All right. I believe this might be it, the mausoleum.
Jack, is that what you were seeing?
He tilts his head back. Nikita, if you would be so kind as to roll me a perception check, please.
I can certainly attempt to.
Ooh.
Hey,
Great. Nikita, Vivalda can't see it because she's right up on the mausoleum, but from where you are, Nikita,
okay.
if you look up and past the mausoleum over top of it, just like behind it, looks like it's black metal that just goes up into darkness, the limits of what you can see.
Oh, this must be the door. Didn't the vampire Murph say something about it being behind the mausoleum? Does that sound right, or am I just making shit up now? Anyone? Healer?
Guys, do you remember that?
I don't remember.
What?
But is Murph a vampire? You keep referring to him as a
What?
vampire.
I'm back here. I'm really far away. What are you saying? Not yelling for a reason. Because we're in a creepy place.
You afraid you'll wake the dead?
It's not a joke. Not kidding. Glad we're all having fun. But no,
I will try
quite serious.
It, from what I'm seeing, it looks like I might be able to get behind the mausoleum on the right-hand side. Should I attempt that to see if we can see the door?
I mean,
I will attempt to do that.
guys, just
The flank
throws
the
his arms
mausoleum.
up in the air, starts walking forward, like waving people up.
This is
All
good.
right, we're good.
It looks like
Yeah.
I think we found the door, but it is behind this mausoleum. Hopefully we can get behind it. Do you want to try to scooch behind it, Viv, or what do you think? Or on top even? Could we climb on top of the mausoleum?
Gaius' face.
What?
How tall is it?
The mausoleum's probably about 15 feet high.
Mausoleum
I
high.
could climb that.
Yeah.
Nikita could throw me up on top of that. Like,
A fantastic line from a D&D campaign. I can climb that. Famous last words.
Eldred says, instead of climbing, why don't you just go one on either side like you initially suggested? That might answer.
All right, then let's do it.
That would technically be splitting the party. I don't know. Just say it.
What would you all like to
15 feet in the
do?
air. 15 feet in the air, splitting the party.
No, going on either side of the mausoleum. And then
I
only
think my arrow has burnt
one
out.
group emerges. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen. We had one of the most successful heists, and we went everywhere. We split up
Was that
so
successful?
hard, I went to a different dimension.
Nah.
Yeah, and it took
But
how
you
long
can't
for everyone to
get
get back together?
Like half a day, max.
Hey, do you think the town crier was talking about us? Were we the burglars?
I'm kind of wondering because there was an explosion.
But we weren't
but
the
we
only
didn't-
burglars. That's the yay.
there were others.
That is also that. Also, we didn't blow anything up. Right?
Ah,
Mm.
ah.
Right.
I don't think
If
so.
this becomes a
Already-
Seinfeld-esque trial, I'm gonna be pissed.
Everyone will be.
Reed, would you
Leave
and
it to us
Buttrumpet
to
each
plan
give me
a-
a perception check, please?
Leave it to us to plan a heist during Burgle Fest. Everybody was
Go fest!
I like that.
the new event in Seven Rivers.
I will check out the left side and around the back if Vivaldo wants to check out the right side.
Sure.
Could Reed and Buttrumpet each give me a perception check, please?
Sorry.
Woof! Not good.
Oh, I'm sure mine will be much better.
Reed, you're not 100% sure, but you think you might have heard something over in this direction.
It was
Oh.
lower left. Yeah.
Yeah, far left.
to our left.
Sounds like some, skittering rocks.
Is Hannibal near us?
He's next to Gaius, like right by his legs, tight.
I mentioned to everybody. Anybody else hear that? Over there?
Hmm?
Point that
Beholden
direction.
Nikita, feel free to move yourself there.
All right.
Alright.
I will slowly, good God, that got dark, slowly walk forward. Why does that feel like foreshadowing?
Wait, you got the pumpkin, right?
Duh, I have the pumpkin. I
So
have
you got
Jack.
the light.
I have my slowly burning embers of an arrow at the moment.
And night vision, or whatever the fuck.
And night vision.
Yeah, shades of gray up to 60 feet.
Now there's 60 Shades of Grey.
I was gonna make that joke. I was
Whoa.
thinking about it.
I couldn't resist. Sorry.
I really was trying.
Should we keep moving or should we wait for our faces to be ripped off?
I think we should keep moving. Mayhaps.
Oh, wait, they're moving without us. That's the idea, right? Nikita
So-
and Viv went up there.
So Nikita and Viv,
Hmm.
what you see is behind the mausoleum. You basically see a large iron wall. It just either direction. It just goes on for quite a distance and then just goes up and fades into the darkness above you.
There's just a wall.
I will come back and say that is all I saw was a wall as well, but it was a magical door, it was
Yeah. We're looking for rivets on a metal wall kind of thing going on here. This is good. You found a metal wall?
Alright.
we got a metal
Iron
wall.
wall, yeah.
And
Okay.
Vivolda and Nikita, you notice that there are rivets on the wall, but it's a lot like a metal ship. It's obviously this wall is not one big piece of iron. It's a whole bunch of sheets of it. And it's the sheets that are welded together. There's nothing that at this point that you can see that looks like it might be a door that was sealed up. It just looks like welded pieces of iron.
Was
We
this
relay
door...
that.
Yeah. Was this door you're looking for... Did it have, like, a special rivet on it to signify it being a door? Was there anything unique about it?
It was obfuscated. Oh god. Basically, it's supposed to look like the rest of the wall for the most part. Melted rivets.
Melted.
We're looking
Alright.
for rivets
Oh.
that have melted. Yes.
I'll go back and take a look and look for specifically
Well,
that.
I mean, we
When you
could
were
all
there,
go.
Vivolda, you
Oop.
didn't see anything that sounded like that.
Okay.
These all look like, Nikita, you don't know a lot about ironwork and such. You know a little bit, but this looked like pristine work. Nothing looked sloppy
Okay.
or like it had been exposed to extreme heat or anything like that.
Does it just keep like running along like for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I
we
just
need
say
to
we
go
s-
to the wall and head down.
We get
the
at
side.
one end
Yeah.
and work our way down.
Eldred
Sure.
says,
Concur.
Didn't Murph say it was the western end of the wall?
I believe so, and we're kind of near that. So I say we go to the wall, head west as far as we can.
And he said it
And
was
if we do-
behind a specific mausoleum, if I remember correctly.
A specific one.
Yeah,
Which
I just
one?
don't remember which. I seem to remember him saying it was behind a specific mausoleum.
Alright.
I must have been caring for Hannibal when he was telling you all this.
No,
Yeah,
you were
must have been.
eating.
By the way, I really think we should consider a vampire campaign called Murph of Strahd.
Was Murph a vampire? You keep mentioning that. I don't recall.
Well, he
Nikita,
only
Was
came
this
out
It was
at
his,
night.
Nikita, would you roll me a perception check, please?
He was always trying to get
Absolutely.
home before the sun came up.
Oh.
I just am
Did I just put
convinced he is, but he's probably not.
I think he just works the night shift.
Yeah.
Woo!
So he's,
Yeah,
he's
you-
the guy
you
who
could probably
hooked us
tell if
up.
he was a
Nikita,
vampire.
you definitely off to your left and a little bit behind the way you came, or heard some kind of the skittering of rocks and stones.
Guys, can you
Has
shine light
anyone
that way?
else noticed some
Yeah.
sound out in the darkness? Anyone
Yes,
else?
I thought I heard something out there.
I'm pretty
Can I
sure I
listen?
just did too.
Sure, go ahead. Give me a perception check there, Vivalda.
18.
You've heard some
Oh,
some kick
silence.
stones, as well as what actually to you sounds a little bit like almost like someone walking very slowly on gravel.
Does it sound like it's heading towards us?
Yeah, but from back the way you came.
Sounds like someone might be following us from where we came from.
All right.
Mm.
Well, do I want people to stop glowing for a bit, or you know what? I say we get to the wall and try to find the entrance as a group. We stick together now. 'Cause if there's someone behind
I
us
agree.
following us, it's better we maybe get to like a choke point if we can find the entrance, then let them come through. Or it could be a horde of the undead slowly approaching. Also, choke point would be good for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Alright.
Let's all get to the wall.
Don't you
Are you
remember? Reed?
muted,
That's what
Calandra?
worked. That's what worked with all the undead skeleton guys that one time.
Yeah, I was running away from them a lot, but yeah, it was.
Oh, the reason why we were able to run away was because we channeled them into a specific area,
Yes, that did work.
and then I made them
Probably
fear
should've
me
brought,
and
like-
my gods.
If you thought we were
I
going to
will
fight
head-
skeletons, I probably should have brought a hammer or something.
Vivalda and Nikita, you did notice, like looking to either side, at the base of this wall, it does like behind these some of the mausoleums that you look to either side. Some of the mausoleums are right up against the wall. Others are a little bit in front of it, but the ground behind it is very precarious. There's like big drop-offs and such. It is, whereas the path in front of the mausoleums, it's not necessarily totally flat, but you're not going to be doing any climbing. If you're planning on going behind the mausoleums, you're going to be climbing in and out of kind of gullies and pits and such, and then climbing up over large stones and such.
Alright.
And then there's going to be some mausoleums right up against the wall that you're going to have to go around anyway.
I think actually it might be better if we go along the path.
Okay, well, we definitely want to make sure, because if it's hidden behind one of the mausoleums, we are going to have to check each one.
But Trumpet, do you still
Yeah.
have spider climb?
Why, yes, I do.
Do you think we could climb the wall just a little bit so we could stay behind the mausoleums while looking for the door? And that way, whatever's following us is fucked.
I think I can cast it on one target at a time. Might have to limit it to, if you and Vivalda are the ones specifically looking, I can cast it on each of you. I do declare.
I don't mind. I don't mind staying down here actually, and that way, if I need to, I can come back while you guys are climbing, just to keep an
Okay.
eye on whatever might be following us.
And also having
Actually-
like an archer and a magic firing person up high tactically
Da,
sounds pretty
da.
good.
Would I, Mr. G, would I be able to use Twin Spell in this instance?
Yes.
Sick. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
All right.
So who is getting spider climb?
Viv and myself.
I am.
Okay.
This way, especially with Jack, I will stay more of a target for whatever might be following us.
Once you get to the wall, you cast spider climb, you find that you're able to get up onto the wall without a problem. What do you do?
guess, walk along the wall looking for the melted rivets of a door while the party continues down the path.
We're gonna mirror them
Yeah.
in the
Keeping pace with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could attempt to be going backwards or kind of keeping an eye on what's behind to potentially offer a signal to everybody. Or not.
Well,
Okay.
I think we'll keep each other, check each other's sixes, and
Da.
figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. You get up onto the wall. About how far up are you going?
They didn't say anything about the door being up high, right? Just that it was behind a building.
Mm.
yes. I would assume it has standard ground access.
All right.
That would actually be smart if it didn't.
I'm assuming the secret door part was what they were hoping would be good enough.
If
So
I
maybe
can, as we
perhaps-
go along the path, I will read mausoleum names and stuff and see if any of them jar my memory. Perhaps I
Okay.
did hear the names.
Sounds good.
You go down to the left, in other words, westerly, and you see Schwartz, Jones, Thackeray, Williams, and Cicero.
Lipschitz.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, wait. What was that last one you read out loud? Read, but in somebody
Cicero.
else's voice.
Cicero?
That's it. That's the one. Check Cicero.
All right. Do we see a door with melted rivets?
Okay, so you get all the way to where the wall goes into the side of the cave and just continues upward. And down at the bottom, there appears to be where the line of rivets comes down. There appears to be a double line of rivets, and near the base of the bottom, where it's actually pretty level, behind this mausoleum. But it kind of like there's this flat area, and then it rises up, and it's a little precarious for somebody if they were walking behind there. But in front of this flat area, the two lines of rivets that come down look to have had a large amount of heat that it's like this lump of iron that has created this kind of rectangular shape. Along the bottom, at the base where rivets go along the very bottom of this wall, these two lines that come down, and also the first line of rivets up from the floor that's going across. But it's this one area that just looks like a lot of the metal has been melted into a lump that's raised off the wall about half an inch.
I think this might be it. And
Lichna.
try to examine to see if there's a way to open it.
Okay,
Traps.
Right. That didn't go well for
Secret
me
door.
last time. Does
Traps.
somebody else want to try that?
I can check. I can check.
Oh, thank Marcus.
Perfect.
I caught her in time. Last time she gassed herself unconscious.
That I did.
Don't worry, I also blew myself up, but I just apparently can walk that off.
Apparently. I was down. Didn't expect that.
You were fine.
So there be traps? Question mark.
okay, who's checking for traps?
Our
I
trap
am.
checking guy.
The door guy.
The guy whose
trying to find
profession it is to find things.
Okay.
It's always hard to learn how to point when
Yeah, I'm
the screen's
Yeah.
always weird.
Uh,
There we go.
That one.
We'll put
The one with the rock.
That guy. The short one.
Okay.
With the food in his pocket.
Very
And the
good.
rock in his head.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Reed. Give me a
Rocks everywhere.
investigation check, please.
Investigation. Yeah. I never said I was really good at this, by the way. I got an 8.
Yeah, you're sure.
I think
There's
I'm-
no traps here at all.
I think I'm really good at
Yay.
disabling them. If somebody else finds them.
All right. No traps, Reed? All
It looks
good?
no. It looks good.
Perfect.
All right.
Yay.
We need to find
You
a way
should-
through. And
you
I
should,
will
like,
stand
push it.
here.
Yeah. We can look for buttons and stuff. We'll like push all over it. Push it real good. Yes.
I would like to stand
Push it real
behind
good.
and look back out into
That's why you're
the
so
darkness.
popular at the buffet.
Nikita, you're standing where?
I will stand behind
It's-
everyone and looking back out
it's-
into the darkness, hopefully with Jack
It's far.
shining his light brightly. And this way, if anyone is still following us, I will see them and I can defend us while the rest, you guys are trying to open the door.
Code for as far away from Reed as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to be right
off-
there.
Off
We
to the
believe in
side, definitely. Off to the side, definitely away from the trap. I'm going to cast, as a ritual, detect magic. as
Okay.
well.
Nikita, so you know, if you were to go either this direction or this direction, you're going to have to scrabble up like a kind of a pretty steep bit of stone.
Oh,
You actually slid down into this opening before the wall. Where this
Oh.
thing
Viv will
is.
just
Alright.
walk up the wall a bit and have a good layout so that she can arch on either direction.
Okay. Gaius, you see that lump of iron gives off a pretty strong magical glow.
Ah, magic. Interesting. Reed, there appears to be magic about Shock, I know. I think I will go and dispel it real quick. That way, just in case it doesn't turn you into
Okay.
like a vole or some other kind of small woodland animal. Good news is I can
What if I
communicate with you if it did.
Yeah.
Bad news is almost certain Hannibal would swallow you in one bite.
Probably become a stoat. Yeah.
Yeah. You did consume
hey,
enough
then
of
Annabelle
those.
might not eat you.
I'm almost certain he ate stoat when we were on that adventure.
Begrudgingly, but yeah.
So, Paul, just for
where,
your
where I'm standing, where's the door?
Right in front of you.
To the north?
Basically here.
Okay. Cool. I step back so I don't get dispelled.
That's not how that works.
I don't know that.
I know, I just said that out loud. That's not how that works.
Oh.
Now, I do potentially have the ability to, I guess, dispel people from a place for an extended period. I can't do that yet. Don't worry.
Oh.
Let's
Eldred
see.
goes,
Oh,
stay a
so
little claustrophobic in here.
plus the what if?
It's really
Magic
crowded
words.
in this small space with unknown things walking around behind us.
Dias puts his arm around him. I'm sure you'll be fine, but as he's making a hand gesture with his other, so Paul, just for your own edification, depending upon if it's a spell of 3rd level or lower, it's
Right.
just immediately dispelled.
Roll me a 20-sided die, please.
Just nothing, not
Just
with my
roll me a
spellcasting
20-sided
modifier.
die.
Ooh, dear. Okay.
Yeah.
14?
Okay. There is... It sounds, as you cast it, you've casted it before, and it doesn't usually create a sound effect or anything, but you hear something that sounds almost like fizzling, like a fire guttering out. And the spell fails, but you do not lose the spell slot.
Interesting.
You heard. No.
I was going to say more of like a hissing, a sizzle. All right.
Do we all hear it or just him?
Anyone who's within 5 feet of Guy, so I'll say Vivalda and Butt Trumpet hear it. And then Gaius lets loose a fart.
Nope, that was me.
Nope, it's Canada. The DM said so.
That's not how that works. It's got to be. Hey, we talked about consent earlier. Anyway,
From behind us in the distance, you just hear like a skeletal voice be like, "Oh, not in my house."
Yeah. You're excused.
All right. Okay.
Excuse
So that.
you.
Smelt it, dealt it.
Okay.
So anyway.
Yeah, there's definitely something magic over there. I didn't dispel it though. So, but I feel like I did a solid job. In case anyone's curious, like on a
In case
scale
anyone
of
wants to
1
pat me on the back about it
on a
later.
on a scale of like 1 to 20, like I felt like a 14.
You tried. and that's
Eldred
what
says
matters.
oddly specific, but okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you know, I'm trying to work out these.
It's just a
mechanics
roll
in
of the
my head,
dice.
How, if this was a game of some sort, like how it would work. But
Okay,
hey,
so-
Reed, it's fine to. Oh wait, Reed, it's fine to open the door.
Okay.
All right.
Is there, do we see
That's
anything on the
strong
door,
healing
like
magic.
a handle or anything?
Nope. It just looks like this section of the door, the rivets, the metal iron looks like it's been melted to this flat kind of. It just looks like where the rivets are, they all kind of melted down, creating this it's lightly raised off the surface in this rectangular shape.
Yeah. Gaius walks over to Reed. Hey, bud. Like, is this a dexterity skill for you, or is this more of like something your noggin you would use to figure this out? Because I can make you
Well, I never
smarter
really-
for like.
I never
Or more
really think
dexterous.
about it. I
That
just
doesn't.
kind of.
You know what? That didn't surprise me at all.
I just kind of.
As he's patting you on the back, he casts enhance
Before you do
ability.
that, Gaius, before you
Oh.
do that, Reed,
Oh.
give me a perception check, please. And because you're a thief, I'm going to say take advantage.
Yay!
Perception, you said?
Yes.
with advantage.
Ooh, 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Dirty.
The one thing you notice looking at this, because you've been here for a while, there is no handle, there's no knob, there's no indentation, there's certainly no keyhole, there's nothing but this raised up amount of metal iron. That is it.
Maybe we don't need to, like, because I'm good at pick and locks, but maybe we need to, like, push this thing out of the way or something. I don't know, or pull it, or
Do we still have a read? Did we finish the little charcoal thingy that we had using to make doors
I
and
brought
shit?
that. Yeah, I have that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Because even if you just make it, however we can crawl through, that would work. Hopefully, duh.
Yeah, we just need to make it Gaia sized.
Well,
Oh wait,
Gaius
hold on. I think I've heard
diameter.
about a story about this. He walks up and he's like, I believe it's melon? Is that? Hey Viv, is that Elvish for friend? I'm a little rusty.
I don't think so. No.
I'm pretty sure
In
you
fact,
were
I just-
talking
It's like
about a melon.
or something.
Yeah.
What
I'm
is the
hungry now.
melon about?
It's friend in Elvish, I think.
No.
Stones are delicious.
Stupid correspondence courses.
Hey, wait, doesn't the magic hand have like an open spell thing on one of the fingers?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
You think that would work? I don't know. I could try that.
So detect magic is still going, Paul. Do I get like a strong magic vibe off this, or like a
Yeah.
yeah? You'd have to use the more powerful version, but I think that might open her up.
I gotta remember how many fingers to light up.
Are you sure it's not melon, Viv? I could have swore it was something. Along
I'm
those
sure
lines.
that would be like
Reed,
if
you
I said
remember from
that
using it before that it's 3 fingers.
Okay.
saying that Melon in Elvish is friends is like it's like saying in common if I were to say a romantic partner would be called a raisin or something like that. Date,
Well, I mean,
you know.
it is a date. Well, you do go on dates with people, so that makes sense.
Yes, but that's not what you would call a raisin.
Well, I mean, some
Right?
dates probably turned into raisins. I've had grape times
Hold on, I
on
might be
dates.
getting my common confused again. Hold on. Date.
Correspondence course too.
It's been a
Is
while.
it one of those mail order ones?
Eldred goes,
So, butt
I
trumpet.
don't. I'm just feeling really bad for Viv because out of all the fruit, she picked a raisin.
I don't get it.
Well, I was
That's
thinking
not
of
a-
grapes.
Reed, what are you
It's
doing?
appropriate.
Hmm.
I hold the hand out in front of a butt trumpet. I'm like, so should we light some fingers or? If we do 3 of them, I think it makes a magic-y thing that opens stuff.
Can I, would it count as a firebolt if I just tried to
Oh,
boot it a little bit?
Is it a cantrip?
Yes.
You can do that. You have Reed line it up, tilt the hand a little bit, line it up in a straight line.
Fucking
You can
hurl
try
a
to-
ball higher.
Okay, now if you could just move your head away like that so I don't singe off your eyebrows, because
hold the
oh
hand
my
out.
god,
Oh,
if this works, this is going to be the most controlled it's ever been.
Wait,
Oh, shit.
should we rethink this?
Yeah, maybe you should probably dip it in the jack-o'-lantern and not me.
Oh, okay.
You're not the one who
Oh,
doesn't know how to
duh.
control it yet.
Okay.
Oh, do you need someone to control flames? Guys, just
You
There's
gotta
like
make
a-
a flame first.
yeah, he does.
Cool.
Okay,
On the
so
tip
you,
of his finger.
you light 3.
I was
3
really
fingers.
interested to see the
I-
firebolt.
Yeah, I like the 3 fingers on the hand for him. There you go, bud.
Okay, so the 3 fingers are
All
lit.
in good
Reed.
time.
So I hold it. I hold it out in front of me. I hold it out in front of me towards the door, and I'm like, "Open up."
Okay. You see Reed
Pronounced
grab...
Milan.
What?
You got it wrong. The elf says no.
The wizard duo was wrong.
Or maybe a comrade is dwarven.
That's dwarvish.
There's Gobbo.
That might just piss it off.
Yeah.
Calandra, you notice that as they're all arguing with Gaius about what's what, Reed holds the hand by the wrist as 3 fingers lit, puts it towards this section of wall that's raised up ever so slightly, and it appears to glow in a rectangle before him, and you hear the creaking of metal and it's sounding of metal scraping up against metal, and this large thick piece of metal starts pulling out away from Reed, forming like this hallway through iron, and it goes about 15 to 20 feet and then creaks open like a doorway, and you can see through the wall into this rocky area before you.
I am
Guys,
still checking behind
Guys.
us.
Okay.
We-
Reed, you also notice that as it lit up that, and the section of iron started moving, the fingers burnt down so that now you've got one finger, 3/4 of the skin is left, and the other than bone, 3/4 of it is left. The other fingers have all burnt down to the base part of the hand, so it's just bones sticking up.
You know, I always visualized it as a candle because it is wicks. I was really hoping the skin wouldn't melt off of it. I'm sad. What a fool
Oh yeah,
I
that thing
was.
is quite unsettling.
You are
If there's still the
very.
thumb left, I can still just hold it up, so it's like, ta-da.
Definitely just keep it for its producing light and you being able to see in the dark thing with it.
Yeah.
Don't use any more magic on it.
Nope.
Except for the free stuff.
Anything behind us? Do I hear anything with the door opening, making lots of noise?
Give me a perception check, please.
Can I
Does
help?
anyone want to help?
Yeah,
What's that?
I want to help.
All right.
And have some guidance.
Guidance. That is the
The
one
sound.
before.
Of guidance.
God, don't.
God don't, that's the
don't.
word! And the door swings even wider.
Oh my god.
Aha!
It shuts again. Oh no.
And now we're
Damn it!
It only opened so that it could slam dramatically.
Yeah.
It's a spiteful door.
Yeah.
That was the
I mean,
Elven
same.
word
I
for
relate.
slammed in your face.
Yes, exactly.
15.
That was the Elven word for psych.
Yeah.
So, Nikita, you don't hear anything initially because the sound of iron grating on iron and screeching and everything is so loud as this thing's opening up. It's hard to hear anything. But
Yeah.
when it finally slowly grinds to a halt, you do hear the crunching of gravel somewhere on the other side of the mausoleum, either one or two mausoleums away. You're not 100% sure, but it was kind of in the distance.
Okay, whatever's following us might be getting closer. What size is this tunnel thing? Can people go through one at a time? Can we walk upright? How's it looking?
Oh, you can definitely walk upright. It's about 8 feet high, and probably the little ones, 2 of you can go side by side through it.
woohoo.
Excellent. All right, everybody get going through, and somebody with light or eyeballs at the front, and I will hold the back.
Okay.
I just walk
Get your
down the cliff, upside down into the tunnel.
Oh, that's
everybody get your buddy's hand. Everybody make
Yeah.
sure you have your buddy and let's go.
Buddy, buddy.
Nikita doesn't say that out loud, but she does think that was very cool of Viv.
Definitely
Is
wouldn't
Butt
say
Trumpet
that.
still on the wall too?
What?
Are you still on the wall too, Butt Trumpet?
Standing on my hands, yes. To make it look really cool when I was extending one hand out to almost obliterate your face.
Yes.
You
And
walk
I'm-
Go on.
I was just gonna be an ass and say, and while this spell is still in effect, I use my fingertips to spider walk on in there. On my digits.
Nice.
Continue.
I'm just walking normally on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, you come out the other side, all of you,
Oh, cool.
and you notice a lot of rubble in front of you, and what looks like it could be a mausoleum about 30 feet ahead of you. Nikita,
Yeah.
this stonework looks incredibly old. Like,
Nikita
Okay.
actually starts.
And there's
What-
a
what-
smaller
what
one
is
to
it?
the right of it
Calandra.
that matter of fact, the roof has been shattered.
Oh, okay. Right.
But you notice, to the left is the wall that goes up into darkness of the
Right.
cave. To the right, there are some other mausoleums, but all along the base of the iron wall is a lot of rubble.
It's opportunity. I should have named the rock Barney. Barney Rope.
And Nikita, you know that there's probably a good chance that a lot of that rubble was from the construction and installation of this iron wall. That to carve things out above and everything, because this was being sealed off, they probably didn't take a lot of care cleaning up after themselves. That
Right.
a lot of this was probably from carving whatever needed to be carved out of the stone to get the iron wall secure.
Makes sense. I will relay this to everyone, including why I am hyperventilating about the ancient mausoleum. Can I actually
Guys
walk
was
right up
Guys
to
was
it?
definitely
But no.
reaching through his pack for like anti-seizure medication.
An inhaler.
I was like,
Like I got
I'm
a
looking.
stick.
I'm like, where? Is there a beautiful giant lady? I haven't seen her this excited since we saw the beautiful giant.
Rocks are her special interest.
Oh,
Rocks and large people.
Yes. Doesn't have to be a lady.
I myself don't discriminate. I love them all.
Eldred says she's a rock star groupie.
That's right.
What kind of rocks? Tell us about the rocks. Tell us about the rocks.
I would love to hear
What's
yeah,
with the
Nikita-
rocks?
Nikita, you can get up to this mausoleum. You're going to have to like crawl up over a bunch of stones.
Hey, is that
Vivid
spider climb still available, or should I just crawl over these stones?
Viv and Butt Trumpet just kind of walk over it like at angles. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, exactly.
If I can boop her with
help
spider
you.
climb, I would. Am I allowed? Am I allowed
Sure.
to boop her with spider climb?
Go boop away.
Woo! Nikita
Wonderful.
moves faster than you have ever seen her.
She's like a
Damn!
wolf.
Right up to the rocks.
Is that door closed behind us?
It's still open.
I look around.
We
for a
need to get
mechanism
out.
to close it while this is happening.
You want to close it?
I'm looking for a
Close
mechanism
it?
to be able to close it. If need
Okay,
be.
well, you notice that
Like, is there a handle?
there is nothing like
fine.
that, but the fingers on Reed's, the 3 fingers he lit are still lit.
The
Ah.
consensus: should we close the door behind us? There's definitely something there.
I think it might
Well,
be
we want-
helpful in case there's anything that's following us.
As long as we can get back out, that's my only concern.
Bingo.
Also, we don't know
Agreed.
what's ahead of us either.
Duh.
Leave it open.
I say close it
know.
actually, and that way we save the hand for if we have to come back this way.
We won't
That's
be
my
able
vote.
to use the hand. We won't be able to
Right,
use
if
the
I-
hand.
If I blow
Oh.
out the fingers, does that mean it closes?
Well, did the chalk
Let's
not
not
work?
find out.
I still have the chalk. We didn't try it yet.
There's
Oh,
still
if we
that.
still have the chalk, that could help. Yeah, let's close
Mhm.
it then, duh.
You mean the charcoal?
Yeah, yeah,
Charcoal.
charcoal.
Yeah, there's not a lot of that left, but okay. I mean,
Smear, 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 smear.
make it.
All right,
at
so I hold
least
the
as
hand
wide
up
as
to
my
blow out the
shoulders.
candles. I hold the hand up to blow out the flames, and I kind of look at everybody like before I do it, kind of like, yeah, right, looking for
What,
approval.
are you closing it before you blow them out, or are you
Oh, is that
blowing them
something?
I
out
think-
doesn't do
Oh.
it?
I thought it would. No?
I don't think so. I think you just gotta use it to close it. I
Okay,
think.
I point the hand at the door. Close. Please close.
Survey says.
Show me closed.
You see the flames start to kind of gutter and sputter and flare, and then nothing happens.
Flutter.
Maybe you do have to blow it out.
Maybe you do have to blow it out. I was never really worried about closing doors. I was more about the opening bit.
Okay, I try and I blow out the fingers.
They go out, nothing happens.
Oh, well, door staying open.
All right, so we cannot
Well,
close
alright
the
then.
door, I guess.
I walk up to
Are
the
there
big giant
any-
hunk of metal with the hand, and I put the hand on it, and like I gently try to like close the door with the hand. I'm like, come on, close.
Come on, I'm so embarrassed.
I'm in my head. I'm wondering like what Reed would do if all of a sudden the hand just grabbed the corner or something like that.
With its bony, melted fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
Is any of the rubble small enough that we could lift, but large enough to block the whole door? Or
It's a
part
pretty
of it?
big hole. I mean,
Yeah,
the door
you said
is
8 feet.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole.
Or blocky hole, you know.
and a lot of these things are boulders, and I mean, there's rubble
Yeah.
around that's small enough to move, but
I
you'd
like
be
that
spending a
boulder.
lot of time
It's a nice boulder.
doing that.
Oh, what about the trap thingy? If we set up a trap here and it picks up whatever's following us, and then no one can get past it? If we
Sure.
set it on fire?
You more just like dangle like precariously above. You could, it's like a beaded curtain. You probably just.
That could work.
We get a shoebox and a carrot and hold it up with a stick.
Ooh.
I mean,
Wait, we have carrots?
No,
No.
unless they were brought with us.
Okay, so
Ooh, guys, you got the rations, right?
Read. Time and place.
It's only been a couple hours, Reed. Hang on. Hang
We're
on, man.
fine.
Okay.
We're not starving.
it's been like an hour and a half.
All right, let's. Okay, so blocking the door, mayhaps. No. Okay. So we're fucked.
I wouldn't say bad.
Yeesh.
Eldred says, you know, by the time we figure this out, all this time standing here, if there was anything on the other side, it's going to be coming through and attacking us anyway.
Very
Perfect.
true.
Here's our choke
We
point.
should leave. We
Choke point.
That's true.
Let's
And shoot the
boop on outta
fireball or
here.
two down it
Mayhaps.
while I'm studying this mausoleum.
Eldred, we could both cast fiery spells together, like besties.
actually I have fire spells too.
Meanwhile, Jack is going, tilts his
Yeah,
head back
actually-
and goes, and breathes a little small, tight stream of flame.
Yeah, and that guy too.
Yeah.
Oh
We
my
have
God.
all sorts of
Lots of
fire
fire.
if someone starts coming through.
Okay, so
Or
Nikita,
should we
while everyone
continue?
else is figuring out what they're doing, roll me a stone investigation check.
Roll for rocks.
A stone, whatever the hell.
Oh, for rats.
Hey guys, can you make like a really bright light like on the wall right here at the door, so that if anything comes through, we'll see it? Would that help?
I mean, sure. He just picks up a rock, casts light on it, and throws it at the door entrance. Bam.
11.
Okay, you're not 100% sure, and you're not really recognizing any details that you would know of with the
But boy,
carving
is it old and cool.
But what you can guess is that there's probably a very good chance that this mausoleum is well over 1,000 years old.
I relay that to everyone as I am poorly identifying it, just saying it's really fucking old. I just want to sit here and pet it and lick it. Okay, we should go
What?
going.
Why?
Yeah?
Okay, so
This is
fire,
really
right?
good work.
Eldred turns to Kalandra and goes, do you have a room for that?
That's in the basement.
Of course it is.
Logical.
Okay, what's everybody
Uh,
doing?
What time is it roughly?
You have no fucking clue.
Cool.
It's an hour
Did
and a
we
half
want to
later
get you?
than
It was
Yeah.
an hour and a half getting to where you first saw sight of
Okay.
the wall. Actually, when you first kind of hit the mausoleums, actually.
Right.
So
Right.
the mausoleums have easily been at least another hour and a half to 2 hours before you even saw the wall.
Maybe we should sit down, have some food, wait to see if anything comes through, and then we barbecue it.
If all four of us, if Eldred, Gaius, Jack, and me all fire something at the same time before anyone takes initiative, that is potential to be the best and most powerful fire spell of all time.
so you want to like
If it makes
surprise.
barbecue, that's a bonus. Yeah.
Well, it would make a barbecue of some kind. I don't think it would be the
Or
kind
just ashes.
Reed, roll me a 20-sider, please.
It'd be some bad barbecue, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the grossest.
Straight up
thing ever,
roll
but-
of 11.
Okay. You all hear Eldred give out a yelp,
Yep, they're behind us.
and then you hear the loud grating scraping of metal on metal that you heard before, and it really echoes throughout, but it's this echo that seems to go out into darkness, and then it's almost like it's swallowed by darkness. So it's initially very loud, and then it's like swallowed by the darkness surrounding you. But it takes a good 2 minutes for this large 20-foot slab of iron to pull shut and then slowly disappear into the wall with this loud scraping, screeching, grating sound of iron on iron. And then after it finally sucks into the wall, the glow around the edge of it just disappears, and there's no sign at all that it ever existed.
So
Well
what was that
said.
way we were gonna get out if we closed the door?
The hole with the charcoal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure we
That's
had
a
that on
really-
hand.
That's a really big wall, though. I really hope.
We'll
Wait,
work
what-
on
I
why
that.
don't
did
know
El-
what the door part is.
Why did Eldred get upset? What happened?
No,
Pretty
got
sure he got
startled.
Eldred napped.
No, he's still there. It's just all of a sudden the thing right behind him started moving, and he wasn't expecting it.
Are you okay, Eldred? Did the wall bite you?
No, it just kind of scared me. I think I might have peed a little bit.
Oh.
Understandable.
There's certain things you don't share.
Air dry.
Nikita will start wandering around this mausoleum. How clear is it around, or am I still like full on spider climbing to get around?
What you find is, whereas before in the other one, the ground was a little hilly and not, but it was still kind of level. Even when it was hilly, it still had like flat surfaces where these paths went.
Right.
Back here, it just seems like you're in a giant cave. There's no paths. I mean, there appear to be openings that might be good for traffic, but it's not real smooth back here. It's not.
Gotcha.
I mean, it looks like ancient stone. It looks like ancient ground. There's stuff that looks like it probably dropped from the ceiling way up above and then cracked and shattered as it hit. But it all looks very, very old and not really disturbed too much.
Well, that's good then,
Yeah.
I would think.
There's a thick layer of dust everywhere around here.
Excellent.
So where do
all
you
right,
go,
do we want
Nikita?
to? I will spider climb around the the left side of this thingy, that is closest to the actual cliff wall base thing, right?
Correct.
Is there room this side? Can I go up this
It-
side, or
Near the front of it, it gets a little tight, but you can still get through
Yep.
there. You just have to go up a little higher to get through there because it kind of comes down and wedges against the stone.
Gotcha. This spider climb is fun when I'm not looking down and I'm 1,000 feet in the air.
I know, right?
It's quite nice.
All right, I will go to the front of this mausoleum with Jack. Anyone want to follow behind me?
Sure.
Excellent. Yay. More spider climbers so we can all see. Yay.
Pretty sure Jack can, like, climb things on his own, most likely. Which is awesome.
Are we going to look inside?
If we want. Is this the front of the mausoleum?
Yeah.
Is there a name?
There is writing, but it's not in a language you recognize.
Gaius and Eldred, you guys can climb over, right? No?
Eldred's with you.
Oh, okay.
He climbed
Is
over?
Gaius coming
Okay.
with us?
So the answer is yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
guys,
guys,
just
look at
follow.
this over here. What's this thing?
All of Gaius's calisthenics in the morning pay off. He jumps and does a superhero landing.
Just a standing.
Reed and Gaius, you pass by a shattered, much smaller mausoleum. There, that the roof has been shattered by a large stone that obviously fell from the roof. There's another mausoleum a little further to the right, and right to the right of you is
Right to
an
right.
indentation in the stone with very, very stagnant water that's like a brackish green, like almost a antifreeze
Like this-
color, almost.
Like a skim of mildew and just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got some life in it.
And there's a thick layer of scum on the top of it.
You
Gross.
think there's frogs in there?
No.
Did
I wish
you have
that
a
it was
pet rock?
frogs.
I think the water would melt the frog.
I know, Viv. I wasn't going to get another pet.
You don't need another pet.
Like
You
Hannibal's
Just
gonna
want
hear
Rocky
this.
to get jealous.
Are we going inside? Or are we trying to go
I think
somewhere
we should
specific
keep
to
going
finish?
on, but if you want to check it
Alright.
inside.
We
Oh no,
shouldn't
I
mess
just
with.
thought that you were interested,
sh-
so I wanted to see if that was up to you.
No, just the
We should-
stone, not maybe the dead people who might come out.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's
wouldn't-
Dwarven Thriller!
Exactly.
I wouldn't recommend desecrating the resting dead.
If they are
Frowned
indeed
upon.
resting. We could,
Well,
if you want to knock
especially
on
if
the
they're
door,
not.
see if they answer.
I'm not going to chance it. Not going to chance it. You know.
All right,
What happens?
Wait.
What happens if it's got some well-oiled hinges and just kind of opens when you do that?
we run.
Yes. Well, instead of just running in the dark, why don't we just, I guess, continue from the orientation when we came through the door, Paul? We still kind of know where west is, so I would assume we head in that direction. Or not west, yeah. No, not west.
East?
Or the Eastern District. That's what I wanted
Right.
to say.
Okay, so the Macy's is over on this side, and we entered on here through this parking lot.
No, well, we were by the Boscovs. But the one with the pet
The
store.
Bacchus Cobs.
Yes, the Bacchuskovs, and it was across the place from the pet rock store near the arcade.
Okay.
There's
Not
an arcade
the
and
food
a
court
pet rock store?
side. We made that mistake the last time, and we ended up looking like 2 hours for the carriage. Nightmare.
This episode of Grognard and Friends brought to you by Gaius Argos, Mall Cop 2. Okay, so when you went around the right side of that mausoleum, you saw the shattered mausoleum, you saw a smaller mausoleum first, and then you saw another one, and behind it was all that rubble that you would have to climb over. In front of that, you saw this pool of brackish water, and then there's another bigger mausoleum, even bigger than the one that you went around, on the other side of that brackish water, basically right here.
Do we see a way around this one, or should we just?
Yeah, you can go
Slide
up around this big one and around it, you guess, to the right. It does look like there aren't any mausoleums directly in front of you for a ways that you
Okay.
can see.
Is that do we see a big pile of purple rocks out there?
It looks like there is a pile of white rocks with a large monument on the top of it.
Oh. Can we tell what the monument is?
You'd probably have to get a little closer.
Is it this thing we're standing next to, or is it something else?
That's a grave that has a stone slab over top of it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guys in Eldred, maybe we should all stay really close for reasons.
Okay, so I will start slowly going. God, son of a. Slowly going forward with the light on, showing, and just keeping my eyes open.
Okay. Gaius, where are you?
I'm right there with the rest of the party. Kind of, I guess, if Nikita's leading the way, I'll take the back.
Inch by inch, step by
Step
step.
by step.
It's about this point, Nikita,
Mm-hmm.
that you hear the sounds of it. It sounds like a lot of clicking and clacking and scraping.
Oh god.
You hear
Oh,
a screeching as you see this is like a lot of graves, and out of the ground are reaching these hands with swords, and they're pulling themselves up. These skeletal forms in armor are all digging themselves out of the ground, some already fully out. And one points at you all and just lets out this horrendous screech. And they start coming towards you, and there are quite a few. And then behind you, shortly thereafter, you hear the grating of stone from these mausoleums, which you recognize as the grating of stone doors being opened.
Yeah, we are not alone anymore. We have lots of friends. Huddle up, prepare for fun.
Do you think I could borrow Jack as a lighter?
Definitely, you're right next to me. Jack, can you?
Oh, all of us are gonna be a lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Let's do this. I will step on this other side of Viv just to try to make myself more,
Yeah.
what's the word, tangible, tasty looking to the undead, and then
Enticing
Protect
is the
you guys.
word.
what?
I'd like
You
to
want to be
try to...
enticing.
Enticing. There
Oh,
we
I
go.
have spider
Can
climb
Calandra just go
still,
back to the
right?
hidey hole where she was? I wanna
Spider
go
climb
away.
lasts for 1 hour, just so you know.
Okay.
How much longer do we have?
Shoot.
Who knows?
I want to say 45 minutes.
Probably not, though. Paul,
Yes?
how much time do we have on our spider climb spells?
Probably, with all the time talking about what to do and everything, maybe
Shit.
20 minutes.
Okay.
All right, let's make that shit count.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Can Viv run up the side of this little structure here to the right and use that as some high ground for shooting from?
Sure, there
It's
is
silver zombies. I have the high ground.
this one too.
Precisely.
Has part of the roof shattered from God knows what inside. As you get up to the top of it, You do notice there are a couple of skeletons that appear to be trying to climb up out of it.
Oh, that's fun.
So,
right.
Eldred and Gaius, you guys want to link up with me and maybe we could bond real quick?
You
Yeah,
could become
I mean,
Fire Force.
Like, you know what my
Right.
favorite thing to do is? Count to 3.
I will have given Viv Jack so he can be a constant source of fire for her arrows.
That
Would
is
everyone
understandable.
please roll me initiative.
Boss.
All right.
Woohoo! Let's let this good time
There's so
roll.
many of them.
also, Calandra, you have magic, right? Do you do flame stuff?
A little bit.
These are skeletons, so you know some of them are in armor. Some of them are still pulling themselves out of graves in the ground. Some of them are sliding over stone lids to the coffins. Some of them are coming out of the mausoleums behind you.
I'm gonna
Heck
shoot
yeah.
them. I'm gonna take out my bow and arrow, and as I like pull an arrow out of my quiver and I go to draw it, Jack could light it as I.
Okay, yeah, he happily lights it for you.
Yeah.
Heck yeah! So yeah, bring that out, and I'm gonna shoot probably down at these guys trying to climb up to get me at the moment.
I hope my new dagger
Arrows
gets
again.
undead real good.
Have you attuned to it yet?
There we go.
Okay.
Attack.
Yep.
Normal. Does 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Wonderful. Damage. Ooh, 12 piercing.
Okay.
But it's also on fire.
Give me roll me a foresight or two, please.
Okay. Ooh, 4.
The old cloth on it alights and it starts to burn.
I don't think I can use a bonus action to fire again. I'm looking through my features and I'm not seeing that on here.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you
so
what, if you discover something that I don't know about, we'll come back to you, okay?
Alright, I think that's all I'm gonna do right now. If there's one that's close enough to melee range with me, then I'll just like kick it off so that it's lower down.
Okay. They are kind of beginning to climb up. So
Alright.
you know. But there's a bit of a gap, so you'd be reaching at this point.
Okay, then I think that's all I can do right now.
Reed, you are up, and Butt Trumpet is on deck.
Noted.
And Gaius in front of you, Eldred's going, "This is your thing, isn't it?"
Yeah, part. We have a spare. I just pointed at Calandra. She can do stuff too.
I can do lots of
Joy.
stuff.
Okay, Reed, what are you doing?
All right, so I move up to that skeleton next to Nikita,
Uh-huh.
and I say, I'll stay next to you if that's okay. And then I attack
Of course,
the
Reed.
skeleton. So I'm using the debt collector first. It only got a 9. Plus there's
Okay,
extras.
unfortunately, that
But
But it
misses.
hits, right?
Lucky
I'll
you
collect that
nailed
debt
an
later.
AC of 7.
Exactly. They aren't the speediest guys.
And then I will use my dagger. My offhand. That is a 24.
That definitely hits.
Woo!
All right.
Nice.
I distracted you with my really cool new weapon. 8 damage. And I'm hoping Nikita protects me with her shield as she attacks.
I try.
Okay, Butt Trumpet, it is your turn.
Okay, trying to work out movement here. Is this something I can stand on?
Yeah, you can climb up onto that.
Cool. I want to, since you mentioned a couple of them are in armor. Are there any in armor that I see directly, like in front of me within my vision right now,
Yeah, most
or
of them
within
have.
a 60-foot radius?
Yeah, most of them have piecemeal armor of some form.
All right, I am going to fire acid splash,
Okay.
Nice.
and they need to roll a dexterity saving throw. One of them
Which-
at least.
Which one?
This one that is this the one that Reed attacked? The one that's in front of him right here? That one. Let's weaken him a little bit. Make a dexterity saving throw. That is.
Ah, sorry. 4.
No, it's okay. Ha ha!
Nice.
And that's gonna be 6 points of acid damage, melting that armor.
Okay.
And my turn is done.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Eldred, it's his turn, and he goes, Gaius? And
Yeah, bud.
he moves over here and proceeds to fire some magic missiles around either side of Nikita's head, hitting the one in front of Reed and Nikita.
I don't know if I'm going to get used to that. Probably. A good thing I gave up Jack too, or he'd be.
And Nikita, is your turn, and Gaius, you're on deck.
All right.
All right.
The magic missiles, by the way, that you notice them hit and like knock off big chips of bone and everything from like the rib cage and the hip bone and
Gotcha.
such.
Hip bones connected
Gotcha.
to nothing.
Reed hears Nikita mumble something out under her breath about protection, and she casts Blade Ward. This is resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from weapons. Let's see if I can do this. May I use Action Surge to do another action and then attack the one in front of Reed and I?
Sure.
Excellent. And because I'm using an attack as an action, do I get the extra attack so I can attack it a second time?
Yes.
Sweet.
I'm learning. Okay.
Skeletons, go away, or she shall attack you a second time.
That's right. So you want 2 attack rolls, duh?
Correct. One at a time.
Yep. First one. Hell yes. 13 damage.
This skeleton explodes into pieces that just kind of fall to the ground.
Ha ha!
Yeah.
Nice.
You have not used any movement yet either, so you know.
I was just going to ask, can I scooch up ahead of Reed kind of like this, easier to protect him with the shield, and then attack the one I am diagonal to?
Yes.
All right. I will do another Warhammer Normalis. That is a 14.
That hits.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yes. For 10 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And action surge is used. How do I?
Anything else, Nikita?
No, I think that's everything. Yay! Thank you.
Okay.
And action surge used. Action surge.
Gaius, it is your turn.
Yeah, Gaius takes a swig of wine, pulls out his holy symbol, and said, "This is my boomstick. And now I need you to make every undead within 30 feet of me make a wisdom saving throw."
Okay.
And Paul, I did the measurement. It's all of them.
Okay.
The spell save.
I wondered
DC
what those
is
purple
16.
squares were.
Wisdom saving throw.
Silly dumb skeletons.
Tricks are for kids.
Okay. You see,
Tricks are for living people.
all of
Yes.
a sudden, like, it's almost like wet fireworks going off. They all seem to explode into sprays of wine and white dust.
At which point, he pulls his holy symbol back and puts it back in his
Groovy.
pocket. He's like, y'all should have stayed
What?
resting. And then he takes a swig of wine. He's like,
Do we know what
Told
his
you
holy
guys.
symbol looks like?
that one was, it was just like a stick. It just had some
Oh,
pockets
Jesus.
written on the side. He's got a
Don't
bunch
you
of them
touch
lying
the
around.
stick.
He's got like an amulet. He's that guy who has like just everything's got like a holy symbol to it. But that was
God.
literally just this boomstick on the side. Yeah, this
I would
one's
imagine
for
your holy symbol
undead.
would be like a goblet with some grapes hanging out of the bowl.
Oh, that's what's carved on
Right.
the side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well no, he has other. Like he's got a holy symbol painted on his shield. But in this case, he did whittling, so he whittled himself. It's almost like a little goblet, but it's out of a stick, so this boomstick. I got
Okay.
just let the joke land. I don't need to explain.
Put that,
Yeah,
put that away.
sorry.
Put your stick away.
You already
That's
did
fine.
that.
That's fine.
Oh, no.
So you know, all of them but one exploded into the spray of powdered bone and wet wine.
I really love it.
Hey.
Even though the skeleton doesn't have any like working innards anymore, I would love it if it just like dropped a little turd out of its arm.
Ancient turd.
It looked, the one that's left looks
Fossilized.
like it dropped a turd, but it looks like it's like the shape of a small white bone just drops off.
Perfect.
He dropped his
Thank you.
colon bone.
A thing
Hey.
that he has.
Hey, you! Tell the others not to screw around with us. Glad to do
Foray
it
is
later.
coming, bitches.
The skeleton looks to either side of him to check if there are any others. And shrugs.
Oh my
Yeah, so that's my
God.
turn.
Okay.
Guy just turns around and shrugs. He's like, hey, I told you I did the undead thing pretty well.
Kalandra,
Cracks
it's
your
your
knuckles.
turn.
Okay. I will. Oh, dang it.
Kick him.
Kick him.
Ledger,
Just
do
gonna
the
end
thing
up.
I just did. Do the thing I just did, but to that one. You gotta get closer
Yeah, you
though.
want- Yeah, I've got to get way closer.
Just you gotta get within 30 feet. You're fine.
I'm good. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay.
You could feasibly go straight ahead, Kalandra, if you were worried about distance.
I'm good though, right? I mean,
Yeah, you're good.
I am precisely. I am exactly good enough.
There you go.
Okay.
You are perfect the way you are.
Oh, I'll
Do you
remember
have
how
a
sweet you are
boomstick too?
next time we go.
What?
Mine's a little different. I can't describe it and keep
You
this
were
rating
family
where it needs to be.
friendly,
Does it vibrate?
Ribbed?
but It can if you have the charger.
Only for 2 hours.
Oh dear.
And you
Anything
have to
longer, she
recharge.
has to go back to her temple.
So,
Gotta go. That's to see a cleric of healing.
Yes.
so anyway, what do you do?
That's channel divinity, right?
Yep.
Turn undead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You're level out of character. You're level 5, right?
No, I'm a 3.
Okay. Oh, then shoot magic at it. Shoot magic at it.
Do another thing.
Do a different thing.
something
Because
else.
it'll just run away.
Oh, you are
It'll
right
just
next
run
to her, Gaius.
Yeah, it'll just run away. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I do a quick magic sense. Like, yeah, just You got fire.
I mean, she has the ability
I've
to
got-
do it if she wants.
Oh, I know. I was. Turn it. Turn it away. It'll run away though.
I can.
And then we gotta chase it.
I can.
Maybe we should go back to the original plan. Kick him!
Who, me or it?
You've got.
Anybody.
What are you doing?
You're the skeleton.
Here, I'm.
Ah,
Where's? There we go. I'll cast Sacred Flame.
Sacred flame.
there.
The-
That's.
Oh dear God, is it going to be fuchsia? Are we going to be like colorblind by the time we come out of here?
I just see a bunch of sparkles and shit.
Exactly.
Is it not?
Between Gaius's purple wine and then the fuchsia sparkles, it'll be like fucking son of a god. Fuck.
Okay, it definitely failed its save there, Kalandra.
Okay,
Nice.
so roll damage.
Just knock it over.
Yeah.
Push it on the ground.
Yeah.
Great.
Kick it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I tried.
You sorted it a little. This is good.
Okay.
I'm.
You do that, it gets a glow, a fuchsia glow, and charges straight ahead towards Nikita.
Okay. No, this is good. Perfect.
At least it's fabulous.
And goes
Oh,
to swing its sword, but the sword clangs on the monument right next to it, and it just fails and misses.
Dude, how old are you? You didn't see that fucking thing?
I turned it out of bone, so
About
must be pretty
1,000
old.
years, I think, right?
Right?
Yeah, it's covered in like dirt and there's some worms climbing out of the dirt in his eye sockets. And
You suck, dude.
Oh, you got a little. You got a little.
Little schmutz. Hey, point it out with your sword, Nikita. I'm sure we'll
Vivalda
get
is
that.
your
I
turn.
can do that. But it's Vivalda's turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Da. Assuming
Wonderful.
Kalandra is done.
Kill it
Yeah,
with fire.
I'll come down there. I'll draw out my sword and I'll just come over there and whack it.
Go ahead.
You're right there,
Oh,
Viv. You
it's
seem a
fine.
little disappointed for some reason.
I was honestly hoping for a little more of a challenge. That was impressive though, how you got them all.
Listen, there was a reason why I was hired to do the stuff I did before I did this.
Attack.
When you do artifact hunting, you run into a bunch of undead.
That definitely
Does
hits
15 hit?
Vivalda. Yes.
Yoo-hoo!
Wonderful.
Bonk.
That's 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot to check how long that lasts.
And it just shatters and falls to the ground.
Yay!
Perfect. That was so much fun.
Hell
Alright.
yeah. Most
Yeah, it's pretty
confident
good.
we felt in combat. Group high five.
Yeah.
Definitely. High five.
I hold up Rocky.
Yes, and he did well. It's good. We didn't even use a spell slot.
So now what?
Head to where they were. Ooh, loot the corpses.
There
Anything
is,
Yes.
good behind?
there's basically a lot of rotted material and bits of armor that are rusted to crap and dirty and
Ew.
bent and
Oh man, no, like ancestral magic longsword from a long forgotten
Nah,
family.
what about in the graves that they crawled out of?
they look like most of the ones that they climbed out of were just in the ground, so they're just you would have
Yeah,
to kind of
balls.
dig into the graves because they kind of pulled themselves out of the soil. There's a couple that moved slabs of rock aside, but there's just what you assume is bits of rotting cloth and
Ah, poo.
dust.
What about the
Don't need
open
that.
mausoleum Viv was on top of? Anything shiny in there?
Just some broken weapons and stuff from the skeletons.
All right. Can I take a look at the statue beside me, or
there are some jars and pots around some of these things down there.
Oh, careful, those might have old organs in them.
Well, hopefully they aren't, like kept really well.
You don't want them to be fresh, yes.
No,
Well, I mean, it depends on what you need them for.
any casters need bone chips or the bone dust, or should we get a
Good thought.
Usually I just cut the finger off and kind of grind it all up. You get all 3 things you need.
Yeah, can I look at the statue next to me? May I look at the statue next to me instead of thinking of Gaius sitting in his kitchen grinding bones?
Sure.
Hi, welcome
no,
back to
it's-
Cooking with Gaius. Today,
Oh no!
we are...
He reaches into a pot. He reaches into a pocket and pulls out a mortar and pestle. He's like, "Oh no, right here. Use this thing."
Yeah, so she's definitely looking at the statue.
We're going to
Good look
make
at the
a
Was this the
bacchanalian
one-
stock tonight.
This is the one for tea. Might be the tea one. Yeah.
Okay, so
Don't think
it looks like from your best. You know what? Give me an investigation roll there, Nikita. Very good.
17.
It
So it's
is-
just my.
It looks like some sort of symbol. So you're guessing that maybe it's a religious symbol.
Interesting.
But, there are a lot of graves that are marked with religious symbols in stone or wood or...
Does this look like a grave, or is this just a symbol?
No, this looked like an ancient cairn. It's basically the symbol is at the top, and but below it is this large pile of stones piled up like what was probably stacked on the body in a hole. And as a matter of fact, down below, as you're studying it, you can hear the scraping of something on stone, deep below the stones.
We've still got the live dead one down under here. Should we just leave it?
Yeah.
Stab it a couple times.
It's under the stones.
Oh,
Just slip the blade under there and just kind of wiggle a little bit.
just feel around a bit for it.
Kind of that lifting the couch with the vacuum sort of thing.
Yes.
Flicker it.
It feels like it's. I mean, from the sound of it, Nikita, it sounds like it would probably be maybe 6 feet below, or 5
it's
or
fine.
4
Yeah,
feet
it's-
below,
It's in there.
Unless you. I am curious what it's down there with, but we can keep going if you guys want.
Usually with the real good stuff in the artifact recovery business is usually in its own separate box, usually with a trap on it that releases a giant boulder or spikes. We had lava that one
But no.
time, didn't we, Reed?
Lava.
Was it lava or was it... Well, there was the boulder, or was it a cylinder? Anyway, it definitely rolled down after us.
Yeah, we definitely had something like that.
All right. Well,
You
we can
see,
keep going.
Now that you got past that one big mausoleum, the way to
Yeah.
go east has opened up a little bit. You have some options.
What are the options?
You can go east. There are a couple different ways that you can go, things you can go around.
Then we go east. We'll
All right.
choose
Go
the,
east.
we'll choose the
Lots
option
of
that
Eastern
we have
options.
is east.
Yeah.
We'll go
Do you
east.
I
want to
thought
just
you
hold
said
on to
west.
Jack?
What was that, Nikita?
Yeah, I could hold on to Jack. That way I can light my arrows.
As long as it
please.
doesn't get in the way of your night vision, sure. Then I will hang back a little bit with butt trumpet and read.
Sure.
Vivaldo, you see Jack kind of goes over your head, goes right in your face, and an upside down Jack, big smile. Right in your face.
Yeah, that is really bright. Actually, that will get in my way. Jack, if you could just go back to my shoulder.
Aw.
It kind of like looks forward, looks around, looks back at you, nods, and then kind
Thank
of
you.
right here, like by your cheek.
All right,
Warm.
that's
Doesn't make
fine.
whooshy noises.
And you see him just kind of lean his head so he's resting against you like this, because you can tell when you were having him light your arrows, he really liked that. He seemed very happy about that.
You guys had a moment. You bonded.
I guess so. We're sort of a team, I guess.
But you do see him kind of looking around, and he sees Nikita behind you and turns to Nikita, looks at you, Nikita, and kind of goes,
I will be right here, Jack. I will never let you out of, well, I shouldn't say never. I won't let you out of my sight when we're in this terrible place.
turns back around, and then like immediately looks behind him again to make sure you're still there. And
Yep, still, what the fucking, I don't know what to say to him.
You're doing great, buddy.
Okay,
I just keep giving Jack some pats on the.
he like
Pumpkin
screeches
head.
under the chin
Thunk,
too.
thunk.
he does
Yeah.
that.
Oh, script.
Keeps
Scritches
looking at
back.
Nikita periodically, but just like to make sure that they're still there.
Okay.
Still here.
Okay, so go ahead, everybody, whichever way you're going.
Hey, Hannibal, you still alive?
Oh
Oh, did
shit.
Hannibal follow us?
Oh
Hannibal-
no! Where?
Hannibal's with you. He's just having he was having a hard time getting around and over rocks and stuff.
Ah, good.
Like
You're still
just
good.
got there as the combat ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
bunny pants.
Ah, there you are, bud. Geist reaches into his pack and then hands him a ration. Ah, good. Hungry.
Is it behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit.
Heading
Yes,
east.
yes, we
Towards
head
those-
east.
Hey, don't be stingy with the rations.
I'm not. I'm making sure a living thing has enough to survive.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did we want to take a dinner break or just keep going until we're tired and then?
Oh,
Well, you
mean,
you
we have-
notice it is getting. All of you are getting kind of tired because you've been wandering around this darkness and this necropolis for a long time. You can hardly like. Time is very hard to tell. The passage of time is very hard to tell in here. But you can tell by about this time that it's probably really, really late.
Oh my god, are we
I'm getting-
camping in a tomb?
I'm getting hangry.
I mean, yes.
Yes. All right.
Really? Reed, you can get hangry?
Something
Well,
like that.
Look around
I'm
for
starting to look
a,
like somebody named Betty White. I don't know why.
Let's look around for a potential, place to rest and refresh ourselves. Have any of these mausoleums that have had skeletons break loose look comfortable? Because they at least have
No.
walls and a roof.
They're made out of rock.
You don't know how comfortable sleeping on solid stone is.
The one
I
that
can't imagine very.
Vivalda was on
Yeah.
the roof of.
I like a firm mattress.
There's room in there. The one by you guys seems to be completely sealed.
Well, we
Dread,
could go into
fear,
the.
terror, synonyms for that. Continue.
I mean,
Sorry,
we could go
guys.
in the one that's broken open. We could relax there. It's like I could just produce a bunch of, some flame at the entrance. We take turns sleeping.
Okay.
Duh,
Under-
this works.
Okay.
In there, it's pretty much a flat floor. There's appear to be sections where it's raised up like an inch in these sections where about 6 different bodies could have laid.
Ew.
And you can see that there was some old leather skins over top of them. And the indentation seems like this may be where some of the skeletons could have come from.
Well, there you go. That looks habitable.
As much as it
Ish.
can down here. Works for me. Lots of stone. It's like being at home. Except for the undead creepies.
Oh,
That's another good
I-
band name.
I did nuke all the ones nearby, so I think we're okay.
okay. What is the? Are you? I'm assuming you're doing watches.
Yes.
Duh.
Yeah, let's all
Yeah.
just sleep at the same time.
What
In the
could go wrong?
Fair
We
enough.
got all of them.
That'd be great. I only need 4 hours, so I'm happy to take a watch.
Okay.
Or more than one, perhaps.
Who's on watch?
I
I'll
participate.
go
with-
after Vivalda.
Okay. Is it? I mean, because it feasibly, Vivalda could be watched most of the night, except somebody needs to take care of 4 hours, and feasibly, someone only really needs to take care of 3 hours, because Eldred will take an hour before he starts studying.
All right, so we have 3 hours worth of time between the rest of the party.
Eldred says if someone wants to do 3 hours, we'll just do 3 hours a night, and then this way, everyone can take a night.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That works.
That works.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
So
I will
Landers
take
could do
3
the first
hours
one?
tonight.
Yeah.
Does that?
All right.
Is that how
That's
this
fine.
works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Vivalda will be on watch, and then at the end of her watch, she'll wake up Nikita, who will, at the end of 3 hours, will wake up Eldred.
All right.
Someone roll me a 20-sider, please.
I'll do it. Ooh,
Nice.
19. I hope that's good.
We're about to find out.
Vivalda, would you roll me a 20-sider, please?
Not great, 9.
Okay. Interesting. So you're on watch for most of the evening. What sort of things would you in this situation? What would you be doing during your watch? Do you think? Because this is a particularly long watch compared to what the group normally does.
Yeah. So first, she'd be just like situating everything, making sure that all of her things are on her. She would definitely make sure that the egg is at easy access. And she would have Jack start a little fire, maybe, so that
Okay,
there's.
you can set him up in a corner, and he'll stay there.
He'll stay
and-
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I put him there and make sure that he stays. And I think after
Matter of fact, he kind of moves himself so he's by Nikita as he's in the corner.
is he's able to move himself.
He's able to kind of use his vine to kind of grasp and then pull himself.
Kind of just like keep an eye on him to make sure that he's not going to disturb anyone in their sleep.
No, he's next to Nikita in the corner, lit and smiling, and just kind of seems very pleased with himself.
Does everyone look like they're pretty sound asleep?
After about an hour, you're pretty sure everyone's pretty fast asleep.
And after a bit, she'll take out her dagger and she's gonna hold the egg in one hand and she's going to attack Gaius.
Okay, roll to hit, please. Remember all the pluses and everything that you have.
Yes. Natural 20.
Okay. Roll your damage, please.
Okay. That's critical hit. And since it's a sneak attack, it's double, right? Times 2?
Well, you also get 3 6-siders.
3 6-siders, okay.
And then it's doubled.
So it's 12 piercing with the dagger, 16 with the 3d6. And what was the other thing you said?
Your strength bonuses or anything like that. What are your strength
Viv's
bonuses?
strength bonus is plus 2.
I think it's your dexterity. For you, it's dexterity.
Plus 4 then.
Plus 4. Guys,
Mm-hmm.
you are sound asleep and having the weirdest dreams. And it's a you're deep within sleep, but you are woken very quickly and very suddenly with extreme pain. Take 48 points of damage, and you are awake, and you see Vivalda standing over you.
Oh.
I'd be quiet if I were you. You know, I didn't think you guys were actually that stupid to actually come here. But apparently we're here. So, I just wanted to let you know one thing. Did you actually think I was her?
Well,
Poor Viv. You know, it's a shame she's not going to know about this sin you've committed against her. Really. It's a shame that you won't be able to be there when she comes to the stone's throw and she sees you all smiling at her, only for me to come up behind her and slit her throat.
oh, hey, you're the evil one. I fucking called it.
Did you? Then maybe next
Yeah,
time
I
you
could
might
tell
question it.
Your hair looks terrible. I just spits blood off to the side.
I don't think you're
I
going to
thought-
survive this place.
Well,
I hope you all die well. I've made sure that there's light to bring them here. Your blood should attract them as well. And if you ever do happen to get out, how embarrassing is it going to be for you to have your whole life ruined at your home? I hope you die well. And she's going to take the dagger and she's going to slit across her thigh and let out a blood-curdling loud scream and smash the egg in her hand.
There is a poof of black ink in water. Viv disappears. Calandra, you hear in your head Vivalda's voice say, I know you're new. We were wrong. Gaius is the evil one. Watch your back. I tried to get away. He hit the egg. I'll see you all at the stone's throw. Watch your back. Butt trumpet.
Yes?
You wake up to the sound of this scream. Nikita, take off your headphones for one more second. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And
Sorry,
Reed,
sorry.
just hold them off for a second. I'll bring you back with the team fist. Butt trumpet, you are awoken to a scream, and you hear in your head shortly thereafter Vivalda's voice say, Little butt trumpet, my friend, run. Gaius is the evil Gaius. I tried to fight him off, but he destroyed the egg. I'll see you at the stone's throw. Be safe. Watch your back. You are awoken by a scream, an ear-piercing scream. And shortly thereafter, you hear a voice in your head. Dear little Reed, sweet Reed. I'm as stunned as you are. Watch your back. Gaius is evil. It's the doppelganger. Watch your back. He tried to kill me. I'll see you at the stone's throw. Watch out for him, and then it ends.
Did I recognize the voice?
It's Vivalda's. And now with that loud scream, everyone is awake.
The fuck?
What was that?
You see Gaius covered in blood.
Oh fuck.
What?
Ow!
Where's
Evil Viv. Doppelganger
Where's
thing going
Vivalda?
on.
And that is where we're going to end it for this evening. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Are so glad you joined us. Tune in next week, same Grognard time, same Grognard channel, to determine what happens and see what happens. And as always, be kind.